Zoe in the camera without sound for 45 seconds. However, we're not going to go live just yet. Give us about 15, 16 minutes or so. Currently, Willow and the gang are in a cloud of madness and horror. You guys don't know what's happening right now, other than there's a green dragon, Draco Lich, somewhere in front of you, along with two wizards or some form of magic users. Yeah. However, outside of that, the green Draco Lich has grabbed Budownik and is now flying off, little do you guys know, with a wizard, or one of the cult members,
I think one of them, because we killed the other one, right?
On its back,
okay,
flying away. You guys know none of this, which is just the best part. However, we would like to tell the story of Budownik in the green Draco Lich's arms. So we'll do 15 minutes now, and we will do another 15 minutes at the half. Jesus. Hope you enjoy.
Spirit.
All right, welcome to a little Woodness Guild halftime. Yeah, a little
That's
Woodness
clever.
Guild halftime.
Yeah, we gotta start making more of these.
Budownik, your last 30 seconds or so have been rather chaotic. You have been fighting a dragon along with two other, what you would know as cult members.
Mm-hmm.
Some sort of magic users, you gathered. You were suddenly entranced in a very dark cloud. You could not see at all, not even within a couple feet of you.
Nope, did not like that.
You, also, we're hearing some chaotic noises while you were enveloped in this shadow. You would have heard things like your mother weeping, your father being tortured, the screams of people that you feel like you recognize in some way, shape, or form, as they are ripped to shreds, if you will. As you experience that for a decent little time, you would have felt yourself get suddenly grabbed by what you would know is a undead green dragon, a Draco Lich, if you will. That after a couple 30 seconds or so, you are hoisted out of this black darkness and being flown. And as you look up at this dragon, you would see on its back one of the two cult members.
Right.
And as you look back to see where your group is, you would not see your group. You would see a dome of darkness.
Cool. Right.
You're probably 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet. Somewhere around the 600-foot mark, you would see the cloud disappear as you are now flying through the atmosphere. You know you would be going, as you're looking around, you're going into that canyon that you guys were trekking next to.
The spires.
Once you get to... Well, first, what are you doing as you are flying into this canyon? You are making your first travel. I'd say you're about 1,000 feet from your group before you kind of come to like a... Okay, calm down, Budownik.
Alright, I guess I'm not doing that because I'm pretty sure my arms are pinned down right now.
Yes.
Okay.
You are completely immobilized at the moment.
Okay.
You would also know that between the cult member and the dragon,
It's quite a bit of firepower.
good luck.
Okay, so impossible odds. Little to no chance of survival. Great. What are we waiting for? Correct me if I'm wrong. We are heading from the west towards the east now.
Correct.
Okay. Is there any? Nope. Okay. I suppose I'm just gonna lay there for a minute. I'm assuming my neck is cranked at a horrible angle, and just listen for any sounds of conversation, any kind of. Are they communicating with each other?
You would notice that they are communicating. What languages do you speak?
I speak Celestial, Abyssal, Common, and Goblin.
You would catch their conversation and notice that it is in Abyssal.
Let me verify before you start spouting out things that I'm not supposed to know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use the damn proficiencies. It's under proficiencies, right? Extras. Notes.
Yeah, proficiencies in languages
Description.
is the category.
There it is. Celestial, Common, Goblin, and Infernal, not Abyssal.
So you do not recognize what they are saying, but they are having a conversation going back and forth. It seems a little heated, but not anything like they're mad at each other. Just intense.
Like, just frustrated.
Yeah, you can roll an insight check if you would like, and I will have
Absolutely
you. We'll figure out what you're
There's
getting
a
from this
14
moment.
plus 6 is a 20 total.
With a 20 total, you, at least body language wise, you could see a little bit of stress on their face from which you would probably gather as losing one of their members who's not with them right now.
Right.
And then outside of that, there's a little bit of like pointing going on from the cult member to the dragon, almost directing him of like,
Okay.
this way, kind of deal. But without knowing their language, that's
Yeah.
about what you gather from body language.
So I'm gonna try and capture some attention here and just be like, right. So any chance there, fine winged beast, that you might be able to tell me where it is we're going?
And as you kind of say that, the dragon seems to ignore you. However, at least Nazlith would know as Neondic, looks down at you. You don't need to know that one right now, lad. We will get there when we get there.
Right. Well, let me ask you this, fella. How old are you? I mean, just out of curiosity. I mean, sounds like we're from a similar neck of the woods these days. You're calling me lad. I'm just saying, you're not quite like I'm not like a spring chicken. I've got some iron, some rust in these joints, or in these. Oh, look at my ankles.
I got some years on you, but again, none of your business.
Right. Is this your like pet? Is this like a friend of yours, or a coworker, or are you guys just friends?
And as you talk about the Dracolich that has you clenched, you just kind of get a out of the Dracolich.
Right, see, this guy gets it.
As he kind of enjoys your commenting. He's part of the team. He's
Right. Oh wow, that's
One
great.
of us, if you will.
One of you. That's wonderful. I mean, absolutely spectacular. Like one of you is in like he's also a lich, or like he's just part of the greater unit, and everybody brings kind of a collaborative skill to the party.
The gods have blessed him with the same thing that they have blessed the rest of us with.
Right.
You will
Absolutely.
soon be there.
Oh. Well, I'm not actually like very magical, if we're being perfectly honest. I'm more of the rugged type. Just saying.
You have a body, and that's what counts.
Like a vessel, really, is where you're going with that.
That's
Exceptional.
very good.
Okay. Right. And I'm assuming that happens when we get to your Cave of Wonders, or wherever. I don't mean to assume it's a cave. I'm not saying that you guys are cave dwellers. So that's not.
And as you have this conversation with him, you get about what you would imagine is about a mile away from where you just left your team. And about this point, the dragon kind of starts tugging under and starts weaving in and out of these large pillar structures. You start to see the white top that you happened to see last time. From this view, you would notice that these are spiderwebs.
Gross.
Tons and tons of spiderwebs that form a layer that you guys are now flying underneath as you enter this cavern.
DM question.
Yeah.
Is my armor like strapped to me? Is it like something that slips on and just has armor plating on the outside?
Do you happen to know, are you asking me what your armor looks like as far as build goes?
Like functionally, how does it attach my body? My question, the reason I'm asking
You
is
built it.
I was, how like when at the end of the day you kind of kick your sneakers off?
Yeah.
Is there any possibility I could drop one of my boots? Is that something?
Yeah, roll a dexterity or strength. And are you trying to do this like stealthily, or is it literally just like you're just like?
I mean, I'll start wiggling.
Okay.
And just before it falls, I have something I would say. General strength or dexterity is the same.
Either way.
20.
20. You managed to, with one foot, wrestle off a boot.
So as it's about to fall off, I'm just gonna be like, right, well, mighty. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Fine reptilian lich.
And you, the dragon, as he is now like weaving in and out, he seems to be paying quite a bit of attention to his directions. Katagar.
Katagar. What a fabulous name for such a magnificent creature as yourself. Katagar, one of your claws very sharp. Right in the rib cage. Is there any way? I swear, I'm not dumb enough.
Squeezes you just a little bit tighter.
Yeah, no, that's the spot right there. And
So-
as he squeezes it, I will drop the boot.
Okay, perfect. And you're gonna take 5 points of piercing damage as well as he kind of squeezes you a little bit. That's just a warning.
Right? Nope. Totally understand. So sorry. Not questioning your magnificent judgment. Oh, so how long have you been, you? Well, this version of you, or, I don't know, are you still the same you that you were before?
Are you asking when I gave myself to Orcus?
Yeah, that one. And do you remember your past life? Not trying to pry, if that's too personal.
You'll soon be on your way.
Awesome. So Orcus...
Upon your arrival to the doorways of Orcus, you will gain this knowledge. And you see as Neandic kind of looks down, and that is all you will get right now from us.
Absolutely. Very generous. If you guys have questions for me, consider me an open book. Hey,
Don't.
Didn't you have another friend with you earlier?
We know all about you already.
All about me.
Yes,
That's fabulous.
Budalnik.
That happens to be my name, yes. Not very common, honestly. It's kind of a hobgoblin thing. We're a little bit, dicey when it comes to commingling. So, what's the game plan? We're just gonna, we'll show up and then I dedicate myself to Orcus. I mean, let me ask you this, and I'm not trying to weasel my way out of anything. I'm just saying, on the off chance, I think you may have the wrong impression of me.
When you were cursed by Zuktmoy.
Oh, right. Are you talking about the big mushroom lady?
That would be her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really sweet gal.
We learned everything we needed to learn about you
Mm.
when the curse was taken.
Mm.
Your location, your family,
Dossier.
your blood.
Very nice. Right. Oh, that's fantastic.
You and your friend, Voltaire.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm surprised you guys didn't take that one, if we're being... Yep. Oh, hey. I like that claw. You sharpen those, don't you? That is just totally...
We would have
Woo!
guessed that if we took Voltaire, you would have abandoned him.
Yep.
He's not going to abandon you.
Well... Right, well, honestly, I'm starting to wonder how good your intel really is, because he's already done that once. Hey there. Hey, fella. Hey, okay.
And at this point, you would get...
Back over this way.
You're probably another mile down. And as you kind of look around, it is pretty dark in here. You get just a fade of sunlight coming through as it's probably pretty early in the morning. The sun's probably close to peaking. And you can just barely see like a gray sunlight come through all the webbing that's above you. That webbing is now probably about 200 feet above you, as you guys are probably about 50 feet from the floor, flying through.
Do I have the ability, with my arms pressed against me, is there any wiggle room around my legs for me to like kind of fidget and grab that yellow sapphire that I use for 3?
Roll another dexterity or saving throw. You would know that you dropped 4 at the beginning of this as well.
I don't even know. No, oh, that is 4. So that'd be a 9. Is it a saving throw or is it a
No,
just a
this
check?
is just a check for you to...
Yeah, it's a 9 total.
Okay. With a 9 total, see what the dragon rolls. Natural 12. So I would say that as you kind of wiggle around, you feel him squeeze on you one more time.
Don't damage the goods, love.
Ooh.
You don't want
You're going to take 6 points of piercing damage on that one as he
I don't think
again
Orcus would
presses
appreciate
that thorn of a
No, not 60.
claw
Jesus.
into you. Welcome. Sorry if that was a little weird. That first video is well, let's go over the last episode, I guess. Do we have any announcements? This is weird because we're starting.
Our giveaway ends tonight.
Oh yeah, duh. We're doing a giveaway. It ends tonight, so if you have like an Instagram thing and you're here for that reason, you should definitely post your name in the chat so we can take notes. And then we will do the giveaway, sometime in the next couple days. Let us get things together. But yeah, we had a lot of people for that one. Okay, where we left off, you guys were in the midst of battle with a green Draco Lich and
Really two level 20 wizards?
two cult-
two cult leaders.
Level 20 though.
Two cult leaders.
Level 20.
I don't know.
Level 20.
You don't know.
I read your Instagram.
I read your Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I was
That's fair.
following.
Well, maybe.
Level 20. Dropping level 8 spells like it was nothing.
Yes, you fought two
Level 20.
cult leaders and a green Draco Lich. The green Draco Lich managed to, first, I guess the cult members cast a spell of
cheating.
Actually, maddening darkness on you guys.
No, I like spell of cheating better.
Once the maddening darkness hit, the green Draco Lich, with Budownik in hand, and the very last cult member decided to book it.
I thought he died.
That's what we're gonna pick up. If you watched the video before this,
Terrence died. Yeah, Terrence is dead.
There's two of them, but one of them.
Yes, Terrence.
Got
Terrence
smoked.
is dead.
Poor Philip.
The other one was very close. I will say that if you watched the video before this, that was a first half of Budownik being taken in his moments directly after
So you're saying there's no chance we could catch them?
this battle.
No.
And that's where we're going to pick up. The second half of that will air at our halftime. So, and then I'll put the full thing together as a halftime piece of this episode when we put it on YouTube. If that all makes any kind of sense. Sweet. We all look good. Yeah.
Woot!
Okay.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Super
Outside of that,
sense.
everybody, sit tight, grab a drink. We're about to play some D&D. Welcome to the Witness Guild. Yeah.
Welcome to the guild. The world of Ethway and its 16 regions are a battlefield of chaos. Those that can bring stabilization to this world are known as heroes. The ones fighting for this title today are Bultash, a true adventurer with a love for combat, looking to help where he can. Nazlith, a shy elf with an affinity for fortune and magic. Budownik, the master artificer. He has two passions, tinkering and being the best. And finally, Willow and Emberly, the divine twins. These Genasi sisters have mastered the art of elemental fighting and protect their kingdom at all costs. Together, this is a powerful group. Will they fight the chaos of Ethway and prevail, or fall one by one? Find out this week on the Witness Guild.
I mean, they're probably within 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
We think their home base is...
Oh, no, 1,000 feet. I
1,000
apologize.
feet. I'm like, 1,000 miles is pretty far.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where we last left off, let's get a little music up in this business.
Oh, do you guys want a shot?
Yeah.
This
Are they Jello?
Yes.
Yes.
This
Wow, again, another one.
Hey, man, I need to get rid of
How
these
many
guys.
more do you
I don't
have?
have locate object.
This
I
is
have
the
locate
last
creature.
one.
The last
Yeah,
one?
The
I'll
last
take one
ones.
this time too.
Hell yeah.
You can throw
I got
it.
one.
I'm fling it all over my book.
Wait, how
I
many
got
do you
one
have
more.
like, on you?
I have one more.
I will do it if no one else will.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you, guys.
Is that all of them?
That's it.
I did the voiceover.
What?
Sorry, someone asked a question in chat. I didn't.
I am the knight.
I am
Batman.
God.
I'm the city.
Oh yes, to our music. Do. Where we last left off. You guys were in a very intense battle. Some of you fairly close to getting wrecked. And at this very moment, you are all inside of a very dark cloud. You cannot see a couple inches in front of your face. You all have thoughts running through your head that are just absolutely maddening. Thoughts of family members dying, thoughts of torture, imprisonment, some of the worst things that could happen to you are happening in your brain while you are inside of this cloud. Another 10 seconds goes by, and the cloud just suddenly disappears. I'm going to have you all roll a perception check for me as we exit battle.
I'm gonna help my sister do that. I'm not gonna roll.
I think I've isolated it to where literally perception checks are the only thing that I never, ever do well on. That's a 2.
13. 24.
Roll 5 out of 4. Damn, man. Give it some love. Give it some love.
Yeah, no.
13, 24, 2. So, Nazlith, as everyone just, the cloud exits and everyone kind of looks around getting ready to continue fighting, you guys are looking rock, just looking for where your enemy's at this moment in time. Nazlith, you happen to catch over your shoulder as you turn around, you manage to see the tail of the Draco Lich round a corner and out of your sight.
Stop.
I'm just taking the
Really?
Just use your finger and wipe the inside.
Don't slop it over there.
Okay.
Not
Not
okay.
mixing it.
What?
So Nazlith, as you see this, and you look around, you will notice that there is a dead cult member where you just shot your fireball last. Outside of that, place is empty. The direction that the dragon was arcing to was towards the canyon. It'd be to your east.
Okay. How far away is it?
At this moment in time, it would be about... Roll a d20 for me. Actually, roll a d100 for me.
42.
We are going to say that it is about 840 feet away from you. As you are watching it
It's going pretty fast.
round the corner. It is hauling full speed.
Okay. Seeing this, Nazlith's just gonna go into a fit of rage and just start screaming her head off. She's gonna fall to the ground and just start blasting like green fire. She's just losing her mind right now. Just pissed that this happened.
Nazlith, what's
happening? What's happening?
I'm gonna try to avoid the green shit popping off of her. Just kind of. Nazlith, calm down.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up to Nazlith. And I'm gonna put a big giant claw on her shoulder and say,
Okay. I'm assuming you're speaking Draconic.
Uh-huh.
Okay, which I understand.
Right.
What do you say?
What'd I say?
I'm just kidding.
Nazlith, it is okay.
Yes.
That's the rough translation.
Yeah.
Um,
There's some translation issues that come.
It meant
into play.
more. than
Yeah.
Draconic.
Right.
after about a few seconds, she'll just kind of let the flames die down.
Can't do this on camera.
It's awkward. It's very awkward. And she's just gonna rise
What are
up.
those slurping sounds?
Oh. She's just gonna rise from the ground, but this time, all of her Fey appearance is gone. She's going to essentially look like the artwork now.
Ooh!
So you're going to see what Nazlith really looks like for the first time. When she had her crown of flowers, it is now, and antlers, it's now a skull of I think it's a deer, something like that, antelope, something. And there's still going to be some Fey elements, like she'll still have like colorful feathers in her hair, she still has some, jewelry and whatnot. But she's not wearing a dress, she's wearing a full like plate of chest armor, pants, and her walking stick is now a staff made of bone with kind of a crescent shape on the end of it.
Did you just go through puberty? Because this is you're beautiful. Terrifying, but beautiful. Like, it's part of the coming of age?
Nazlith, what did we talk about? I told you to push your darkness down, hide it very deep, and don't worry about it ever.
What's happening? Did you see something? And she turns to look at you. You'll see that she's crying a little bit. And she just says, these people are going to be giving us a lot of problems moving forward.
This is not the first time that we have encountered Terrence and Neandic.
Oh my goodness! Okay, that did not come
Oh,
from me.
I'm sure the microphone picked up Willow.
Wow.
Not Willow the character, Willow our dog.
Oh yes, the dog. Willow did not
head
make
up.
that bird.
Golden Retriever
Wow.
burps.
Way to ruin that moment, Willow.
Solid.
We were having a good moment.
Okay.
Anyways,
Okay. So bad. Great. Budownik's gone.
Yeah, where did Budana go?
The last that I had seen, he was being grappled by the Dracolich.
Okay.
And I don't know about all of you, but I'm fucking tired of losing the fights, or not even losing the fights, not even being able to finish
What
the fights.
direction did he go?
Are you saying that the Dracolich took Budana?
That is the only assumption. Budanik!
What direction did he go?
Budanik!
Direction did you
I
tell me?
don't. I think
he
he's
would have
gone.
went to your east. Just north of you guys, to your east, weaving in and out of the large stone columns that fill this giant canyon.
Then I'm gonna quickly go ahead and grab a gust of wind in my hand and kind of just in my face cast clairvoyancy real quick.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna look straight up. I'm gonna do it with seeing, and I can go out a mile, and I just want to see if I can see anything moving quickly.
Does it have a speed by chance? Clairvoyancy? Or you can pretty much just
Pretty much.
Okay, yeah,
It doesn't. There's no speed.
you hop into your mental orb, and you are just hauling over the tops of these giant columns. You will notice the canyon gets deeper and deeper and deeper, and then that white fuzz you previously saw is still there.
Like cotton, like
yeah, and
cloudy.
you're kind of
Okay.
above it right now.
Okay. Do I notice?
Roll a perception check for me.
Okay. All right, Mama. First one. Whoa! Okay, that's all right.
Oh.
13.
With a 13 right now, all you are seeing is the whiteness underneath.
Okay.
You can't see through it. It's
So
hard
I'm
to
to
tell.
assume that I can't. So when I look out, I don't see it. When I look, I don't see it. So my
Correct.
best assumption is that it's still within the canyon.
I would say that is a decent assumption, yes.
Does she happen to see anything else
As I'm saying this, I tell you guys exactly what I'm seeing.
in our more immediate area?
Do I see anything immediate?
When you first flew up and
Yeah.
started taking off with a 13, no, you didn't see anything in your area.
I don't see anything immediate in my area, but I believe that it potentially is within the canyon. So maybe our best bet is to get this wagon a-going and go straight into the canyon.
If you would like, you can go into the canyon with your
Oh yes, can I go in? I would like to go in.
Yeah.
I can go for a mile.
Yeah, mile. Any.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So
Please.
as you kind of
Yeah.
go into this canyon and you start kind of weaving in and out of the rocks, I'm gonna have you roll one more perception check for me.
All right.
I will say that as you get down to the whiteness of the canyon, you will notice that what up at the very top looks like almost like a fog layer. As you kind of get your orb to go through it, you will notice that it is spiderwebs. It is a large amount of spider webbing. It's almost like 3 feet of spider webbing that seems to cover this whole canyon. And you have about 300 feet below you until you hit the bottom of the canyon.
Hate spiders.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 13.
Okay.
Should I cast clairvoyance?
And with that 13, as you're kind of weaving in and out, at the very end of your mile, you are at the point of almost panic where you're kind of like just trying to look everywhere you can at this point.
Fear of spiders.
It is almost like a we just gotta get it done moment. You manage to catch the tail of the Dracolich continuing in the canyon as it rounds one of the pillars, and as you go to chase it, you're ordered that you hit your mile.
So, I believe the Dracolich is is in the canyon, and also I'm believing that there's big ass spiders because there's a lot of webs in the canyon. So we probably should head in. But the issue being is that your girl's out of spell slots quite a bit.
Yeah, what time of day is it?
Yeah, what time of day is it?
It's still pretty early in the morning, if you remember. You guys woke up to make your way through what in your area isn't the canyon yet. If you continue east, it becomes the canyon. But to get through those pillars is when you guys woke up. You've only traveled about 2 hours before having your situation occur where you lost Budownik. So it's probably right before noon, 11:30.
The first 24 hours are very important.
I'm going to cast Sending to Budownik.
It's a mile out.
No, it's.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
Oh.
I'm thinking he's a mile out.
Oh, okay. You okay? Any idea where you are? Where? We find you.
Hey, no, this is fucking smart.
I love
She's
that
being
she's
smart.
shortening it, but she doesn't have anything else
Right.
to
No,
say.
no, okay. I still have 15 words left.
Don't want to chip your.
Yeah.
Does a period count as a word?
No.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, love you, bye. That can be your last.
Kiss,
Um,
Ask him
Any landmarks?
or big creatures.
Big
He was being
Creatures.
carried away by a big creature.
dens?
Humanoids.
Humanoids?
Baklava.
Yummy Greek treats? Baklava? Is that what you said?
Okay, DM treats us to baklava next week. That's just.
Ooh, yeah.
That's just
We're gonna
good.
all be on here like
Corner
this.
Yeah.
I hate that. The Green Corner has the best baklava. It's so good.
It doesn't even
Anyways.
taste like that.
Have you ever had the
I know, it's so
baklava
good.
from Coffee Rush?
They have.
Their baklava is actually really
They,
good.
they don't make it there. They get it from a Greek place.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So you know where to get it from next week. Coffee
Where
Rush.
to find baklava?
Any good recipes?
Where can I find pecans?
I prefer pistachio.
What direction are you in? Love you.
And you hear back
If you remember that.
a very like squeezed version of Budownik as he kind of says, "Fucking find Ford! Find Ford!"
Ford?
Yeah.
I repeated it.
Okay.
I look on the ground where but last was.
Going in canyon. Fuck! That's kind of like all you hear as he gets squeezed in that moment by a dragon.
So,
As you search around for Ford,
well,
give me
he
an
told me, because I can only
investigation.
hear it, he told me we need to find 4. Please find 4.
Okay.
And he said, go in canyon. So,
Okay.
Nazlet, are you hurt at all?
I am not good. I am not. I am not good.
Wow.
Nazlet
okay.
is very
It's okay.
damaged. It is okay, sweetie.
Um,
I will lay hands on Nazlet and I will heal you for how much can you be healed for?
16.
For
my investigation.
That's good enough. And as you kind of look around, you kind
51
of
points.
head a little bit
I will
east
heal you for 51
towards
points.
the canyon.
Okay.
You manage to find a fairly damaged Ford. And just to describe Ford for you, he's a mechanical bird that Budownik had created.
Yeah.
He looks like one of his wings is broken. He's got a broken leg, and he's kind of sitting half sideways. And you will notice that he is in like a pointing stance with his wings back and his beak forward, as one of the wings is kind of like off to the side and kind of broken. But it seems like he is like his beak is like facing into the canyon.
It's like, what is, like a compass type of shit?
Literally,
If I move him,
yeah.
I put my finger right there and I have him
As you kind of try to move him, you notice that his foot will like push up and like spin itself and set itself down to like point his nose into the
Convenient,
canyon.
extremely convenient. Okay, compass. Bird is a compass.
I'm gonna go and I would like to search the body of the level 20.
Isn't he on like?
Is his
He's
body
on the top of a canyon, right?
Is his body completely obliterated?
You can go up there and check. Roll an investigation
I wanna go
check
with
for
him.
me. And as you go up there, you
Can
will
he roll
notice
with
that he is about half fried to a point where there's not much of the upper like quarter of him left. There's like 3/4 of a skeleton available.
Can I roll at advantage because she's helping me?
You can.
Hey DM, question as a Zoe. How bad is it if we take a long rest?
There's consequences for every action. Good or bad.
Okay, poster of a cat.
16.
With a 16.
Because we can't change any of our spells. We can't do anything. I literally have 3 4th level slots.
Anyone else feel like we just fought 2 level 20 wizards in Dragon Age?
3 4th level spots, 1 3rd level.
With
1
your
second,
roll,
and that's it.
you would find a bow.
I'm fucking. It's rough out here.
It almost appears like each end of the bow is made of a spine.
Like Roran's.
And it's almost been like mended together in the center, and it creates this bow arc. There's a long string that intertwines it, and as you kind of look at the string a little closer, it's definitely a piece of a body, maybe an intestine dried out, a long string of muscle or a couple strands of muscle that have been spun together. The tips of the bow look like they've been burnt black, where the end of the spines are, where the string attaches. Outside of that, you don't find much. Everything else looks like it's been fairly charred.
Even his monies.
Even his money. He probably didn't have money.
So what should I add for that bow then?
I will give you that bow eventually.
Eventually?
Yeah, you would. Yeah. I'll give it to you at halftime.
Okay.
I don't have a way to give it to you right now. It's on my screen.
I would like to try and raise the body.
It's a homebrew. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'm just gonna cut my hand and drip some blood over it, mumble some things under my breath. Would you classify this as a corpse or a skeleton at this point?
I would classify this as
Ashes.
That's a close one. I'm gonna roll a d20.
Okay.
A 9 or higher, we will say corpse.
17.
He's gonna
It's a
roll.
corpse. No, that's fine. Yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna roll, but you're good.
Oh,
You're
okay,
good.
sorry.
I like that even better.
So it's a corpse.
It would be a corpse.
Okay.
You would notice that the corpse doesn't really have a skull or a right shoulder and arm, but the
like
rest of the corpse is fine.
No head at all.
No, it is like where the head would be is like a slumped over spinal cord. Like
Does it wiggle as it moves?
that's like exactly. Every time it moves, you see it just like kind of flop to one side and come back. Flops one side, come back.
I'm gonna try something. I'll see how it goes. I'm gonna do divine intervention. So I am going to kneel down and draw just tons of swirls all around me in a circle. I'm then going to emanate wind from my hands and mumble in a primordial, a chant. And what I'm doing is I'm requesting my deity's aid. So I roll a percentile dice, and if the number I rolled is equal to or less than my cleric level, then my deity intervenes.
Yeah. So roll a d100 for me. These are so much fun, but so hard. If you get it the first time you try, I'll be just like.
Wait, how great of a favor can you ask?
So it's a 10.
Yep.
Is that a 10?
What'd you get?
And
A
then you
0
have to
or an
roll.
01?
It's a 1-0.
Yeah, that's a 10.
Okay.
So now you have to roll your
D10.
other.
Your single place.
Yes. You
Okay.
have to roll both of them.
A 0.
So it would be a 10.
Okay.
What's your cleric level?
My cleric level's 14. So it's less.
Damn, Zoe.
So I
you're
get it?
First
Oh,
try.
oh God!
my- I don't think you guys realize how hard that is. Okay.
Oh God! Oh God!
It's
What can you
anything.
entreat?
Yeah.
from
I
him?
can literally ask my deity anything.
Ask him to bring Mike back. Teleport
If
Mike back.
successful, I can use this feature again for. I can't use this feature for another day.
So-
Yeah.
A couple things I need to know as
Yes.
the DM.
As the
Well, I
TM.
have this and I had no idea
Who?
what it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What deity are
Yep.
you talking to? And what would you like to, gather here? Let me look up divine intervention so I know
Yeah.
exactly the rules, but yes. That's crazy. I've never seen that word.
Dude, I've had it for a long time as one of my other clerics. I'm like, this never is ever going to work.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
and you
never
did it, like,
works.
Well, especially
fucking
if-
Well, because I was like, I was like a level 7. I'm like, there's no way I can get less than 7.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Excellent. So my god is let me make sure I can say this right. Aura. The Titan goddess of breeze is who I'm reaching out to. So if you can act like a breezy lady, that'd be fantastic.
The Titan goddess of
Breezy
breeze,
lady.
Aura.
Aura. What else do you need now? Or I'll give you
It
my.
is your time to shine. Girl, what are you doing?
Okay, I don't want to fuck you too bad on this, so.
No,
Yeah.
you do it.
I want
Like,
Brutownic
really.
back in my arms. No, that'd
just
be
like,
horrible. Goddess Aura, I pray to thee, the winds of cleansing upon us, that you provide me and my group of allies a swift rest, equaling a long rest.
I was gonna say swift sounds like short.
A swift, long rest, so that my group of allies may proceed with the day's challenge. I pray this of the goddess Aura.
And as you guys are kind of standing here, you watch as Willow goes and gets on her knees. And as she begins to say her prayer in whatever language.
Primordial.
And I'm over here taking notes, so like, okay, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
right? Yeah.
You all. Yeah, no
Well, you know,
kidding,
different
right?
goddess. Goddess.
You all will start to notice wind just beginning to twirl around you guys. It almost feels like 10 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour, 30. It just keeps picking up. You guys, about 10 seconds in, are enveloped in this giant tornado as it is spinning around. You hear the voice of Willow in Primordial begin saying these healing prayers in languages that maybe you understand, maybe
Bless
you
you.
don't.
Thank you.
As Emberly sneezes.
Her own
Like the
wind.
dust.
Yeah, the
The
dust.
dust just gets me my allergies.
Nazzle, can you hold my wings in, please? I'm going to fly away.
It's almost like you guys are in a pocket that you can't feel this one. You can only see
Oh.
these walls whipping around you, and as you look up, you get a direct view of the sky, and it is just an oddly beautiful blue today. And as you kind of look back down, you look at Willow sitting there on her knees, and she ends her prayer. She puts her hands on the ground, and you watch as all of this wind begins to collapse in on itself and just crash into Willow. A large dust plume hits and goes over you guys. You all have a night's rest.
Yes! Thank you!
High five, Zoe.
Oh!
Does that mean we can change out spells?
Yeah.
Does.
Okay, then
Excellent.
I need to figure out some shit.
Anything you would do on a night's rest, you would have suddenly just been kicked right in the ass with this. Just like the DM was.
Fuck yeah! Woo! Hey, I'm sorry, but if you bring out big ass spiders, man, I am
We're
not
bringing
going
big
out
ass spells.
empty-handed.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck that shit.
I love it.
I'm so happy right now.
I will let it happen. And as a matter of fact, Willow, I will also give you 2 points of inspiration that you can use when you would like to, because that was just so damn good.
Excellent.
But I didn't get inspiration for my critical attack.
Nope.
He didn't.
Oh, I love it. Thank you. Look, I'm so happy that worked because it's on here as a cleric, and I'm like, there's no way that I can get a deity to actually do something for me.
And as you guys are all standing there, you got this new, refreshed outlook on your day. The weight of the situation kind of hits you again. Nazlith still slightly shook from what has occurred. What are you guys doing?
I'm sitting through my spell book and trying to prepare for
Yeah, definitely.
what we're going for.
I would like to kind of, are the horses okay? Like, are we worried about them?
Let's feed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, your horses are kind of back and around the corner. They were kind of avoided most of the fight. You guys had to step up and around an edge to contact these people. Your horses seem fine. And it's almost like they were also enveloped in your beautiful magic.
Okay,
and they almost look like brand new. They are cleaned. They are ready to go. They look well fed.
Okay.
They also have a fresh day ahead of them.
Got it. Perfect. Cool. I think I'm okay for this.
So should we just start heading into the canyon?
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to go ahead and cast. I just had it. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, boss man.
I can drive the carriage.
Yeah, you drive it. Yeah, we're gonna go in.
Okay, so
How thick were the spider webs when you saw them?
They were 3.
3 to 6 feet,
I can
depending
just
on the area.
climb them
They
up.
seem to change.
Yeah. The issue with that is if we touch the webs, that there's a possibility of vibration happening where something will now know that we were there.
You would also notice that the webbing didn't start until you were about a half mile to a mile into the canyon.
Oh.
So it almost looks like there's you can get into underneath them. Right?
Was it all the way to
It's
the...
not. No.
ground?
It starts and ends up on the ground, or on the, that 200-foot mark.
Got it. Okay.
So we should probably keep an eye out to make sure that they don't drop from above as well, because we could be flanked that way.
Right. I
So
think
let's
that's.
keep our eyes to the webby skies.
I think that's a very good plan.
We'll say that you guys make your way, with Amberly driving, the rest of you inside, or if someone wants to sit up there with her, be my guest.
I'll sit there and keep watch.
Okay. And we will say that Willow and Nazlith are in the cart.
Yep.
As well as Floopy, Hagatha, and I really fucking hate Terrence, so I'm just gonna call him Fuckface, honestly.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, definitely. And you would know that, actually, never mind.
What would we
Nothing.
know? You sure?
Huh?
I feel like we would know something here.
I'm gonna need Emberly to roll a survival check as you are
My survival's really fucking good.
trying to find your way into this canyon.
12.
Would I be helping her?
12. You would be helping her if you would like to. You can either roll with advantage or you can help. It's up to you.
Survival, let me check my survival stat.
While we're going, I'm gonna move the limousine window, and I'm gonna touch the back
And
of
+4.
Emberly's back.
A +3.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and take. Actually, no. I'm gonna go in my pocket, grab some cream that I have, and on her back draw a sigil of like a swirl on top of another swirl on top of another swirl, and I'm gonna give her True Seeing for an hour, where she can see creatures. Yeah, True Seeing, pretty much. True Seeing is
true
what she
sight,
gets.
basically. Yeah.
She notices hidden doors also as well.
Okay. And you guys make your way with the Bultash help. You manage to navigate down into the canyon pretty well. Your first, I will say, with all the turning you have to do to get around this, it probably takes you about an hour to get a mile. It's about the speed you're traveling right now with all your zigging and zagging.
Damn, that dragon went in there faster than fucking
Once you got into there, your first mile, you'd start to see the white fuzz beginning to build up 200 feet above you. Closer look would tell you that that's Spiderweb. I'm going to need you, every hour you're in here, I'm going to have you make a survival check for me to kind of find directions and stuff like that, unless you got something that'll help you. But yeah.
Can we roll again?
Yep.
11.
15.
15 is good enough. That Voltaire continuing to help you figure
You want
things
to take
out.
grades?
It's okay, I got your back.
And steer. There's no tracks or anything in here. You will notice it's pretty barren in here. You will notice about the 1.5 mile mark, the spider webs that were above you begin to kind of come down the walls and encroaching the floor. They don't touch the floor necessarily, but they start to encroach upon it. You also see that the large spikes that are out there, from your top view, right, there's no spider webs. You guys saw the top view. From the bottom view, the whole bottom column is now covered in spider web, encroaching the ground as you guys kind of make your way around these spider web covered pillars.
I take out 4 really quick.
Yep.
And are we generally heading in the right direction?
He is still aiming into the canyon. If you would like, you can give him to your
can I? Yeah,
driver
here.
for help.
Here you go.
I tried
Use
to hit
him.
that earlier, but
Use him.
Yeah, so you'll have 4 sitting next to you who is like pointing in this very specific direction, continuing east. It almost looks like his point is a little like on the northern side of east. And as you get to that second mile, I'm also going to need you to roll perception checks for that mile.
I don't have good perception
I have
though.
+8.
Literally every time I get perception checks.
I know.
0.
22.
0.
That one and a 22. Okay. Voltaire, as you're like so focused on directions and trying to be like, oh, we're close to that pillar, you gotta keep going around, go around. You know, you're kind of being a little loud and like giving her directions like, oh, we're a little close on this side, a little close on that side. Emberly, you are doing a very good job at keeping your directional skills going, along with viewing what's happening around you. Every once in a while, as you are kind of driving by and you kind of turn a pillar, you swear you see something just on a spider web above you. But there's so many pillars that you only get like glimpse. You know, really quick windows, little 6-inch windows of, was that something? Maybe that was something. If it was pretty big, you know. You just can't put an eye on it quick enough when it's in your perception because of how small these windows of vision are.
Spiders.
I will have you roll another survival for me, along with the perception on top of it.
I have +8 on perception if you just want.
10 on survival.
22 on survival.
13 on perception.
17 on perception.
Nice.
So as you guys are sitting there, you're steering very well with 4 at your side. You start noticing that 4 begins to point you to the left side of the canyon. And as you, again, this canyon is anywhere between a half a mile to a mile wide in places. And you begin to nudge yourself to that left side of the canyon. As you do, you notice, I would say, Voltaire, out of the corner of your eye, you begin to see these something in the spiderwebs. You're not sure what it is. And with your 17, you still see them every once in a while. But even you are not real sure of what it is. What was the spell that you cast, Zoe? How long does that last?
That only lasted for an hour.
Okay. Towards the end of this third hour, you think you're about 3 miles into this canyon. It is underneath this spider canopy. It is almost dark. It is there's a very faint light that makes its way.
What time of day is it?
You would know that it is right at about 3:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, okay, it's dark.
But because of the spider canopy above you, it's blocking out most of the light.
So we're still headed east, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
The end of this third hour comes by, and you begin to track the wall of this canyon, only for about 200 feet before you hit an opening. And as you look into the opening, you would notice that it's hard to compare to anything, but it is almost like, it almost looks like a boulder was physically, and by boulder I mean like an 80-foot tall, 160-foot wide chunk of this space was just literally like pulled out. It's almost like a perfect concave sphere that's been pulled out of the corner of this wall. And as you look into it, in the very back, there's only one door, and it looks like a pretty well done stone entrance. Like it looks like somebody built this by hand.
Does the door look big enough for a Dracolich?
It is a very large door. It is. Compared to the Dracolich, this door is 3 times the size of the Dracolich. And it's like it looks like at one point there was probably some form of double, like, giant wooden doors there, right? But you're just not sure.
Do the spiderwebs look like they kind of funnel into this door?
They don't funnel into the door. They funnel about halfway through the dome. And about that halfway point, they begin to fade away as they encroach the door. I would say there's about 100 feet away from the door.
But it doesn't look like it's kind of like leading to the door
No.
or anything. Okay.
I am going to ask Nazlith, do you think that any of the cult people that are in this, that they have true seeing?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Great. So invisibility and my clairvoyancy are definitely something that would trigger for them to see us. Okay. I am going... No, that's... Never mind. That's... We only have a minute. I'm going to go ahead and do... Again, that only goes for 1 minute. Never mind, this is 8 hours. I'm going to go ahead and touch everyone in a... I'm going to ask for permission first. Is it okay if I touch you guys real quick?
Yes.
Yeah? Cool. So on your guys' chest, I'm going to draw a small square, and I'm going to say aiding breeze. And you guys are going to have 30 points, 30 hit points.
Temporary?
Yeah. But can I ask you a question about this?
Yeah.
So, choose up to 3 creatures, 1, 2, 3, within range. The target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for a duration. So, is it like...
Hit point maximum means like if they lose those 5 points, they're able to regain those 5 hit points for a certain amount of time.
Okay.
Whatever it says the duration is.
So the duration says 8 hours.
Yep. So for 8 hours, they would all get an extra 5 HP to their max, meaning
Yeah. So it says regain 30 hit points for this one because I'm having it at a 7th level.
Wait, regain 30?
It says you'll regain 30, but how many does it say for max?
Maximum hit point increased by 5 for the duration. So it's, and then so when you cast a spell using a 3rd level or higher, it increased by an additional 5 points above the 2nd level. So since I did a 7th level, then it increases by 30.
Let me, what's the name of the spell?
It's called Aid. So your spell bolsters your allies with toughness and resolve. Up to 3 creatures within range, each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, a target's hit point increased by additional 5 for each spell slot above the 2nd.
Hit point. But not hit point.
You said level 7?
Yeah, and I did it at level 7. So in the thing it says regain 30 hit points. Because it's at that higher level. So does that mean that for the duration, their max hit points?
It would
or
mean
what
their
does that
max hit points is still 5.
But at a
It's
higher
still
level.
5 increase, but if, say, they're down 30, you can increase everybody's, you can give them 30 HP, right? But they can only max still by 5. They can't max by 30. Because it specifically says the target's hit points increase by an additional 5, not hit point maximum. Whereas
Yeah,
the
but
first
then-
half of the spell says each target hit point maximum and current hit points.
But then it says at higher levels.
Right, I'm reading it.
Yeah.
At higher level, each
So-
target's hit points increase.
So
So at the higher level ones, it specifically only points out the one, right? Whereas when it talks about the lower levels, it points out the 2 differences. It points out hit point maximum and
what does that
hit
necessarily actually mean?
points. So that means if you were to cast it at a higher level,
7.
say you had 100 hit points, they would only get to go to 105 max. But if they were at like 75, that means they get the 105 plus they would get the 30 healing, right? That's my take on that.
So for the 8 hours, if they have an HP that
They would
loses,
still get the 5. For 8 hours, they'd still get the 5 increase.
and then it, if need be, then it automatically does a 30 if they drop below that. So pretty much they're never.
No, it won't auto do it on. The only thing that's auto is the 5 maximum, right?
Yeah. So then.
It
but
just
then-
says after that 8 hours, right? That spell would go away. Meaning, so if you gave them 30 hit points, their 30 hit points would after 8 hours. Well, actually, technically, it would only be, you can't do that. It would only be the hit point maximum would after 8 hours. Their hit points stay with them.
Their hit point increases by 5.
Yeah.
So, but at
Hit
a level
point-
7, their hit points can go up to 30.
Correct. So if you were all really weak, what's your hit points right now?
So like my hit
If I
points
said, yo, what's your hit points? What would you tell me?
is
What's your
101.
HP?
Is 101.
So if you were to cast that spell on yourself,
Yeah.
you would increase your maximum hit points
Yes.
by 5.
For 8 hours. Up
You
to
would
8. So
give
for the
yourself-
duration.
Right. You would give yourself a 30-point hit point increase. So you go to 131.
Yeah.
But when you drop down below that 106, you can't ever go back above 106. And then after that 8 hours, it'll go back down to 101.
That doesn't make sense to me. I'll keep reading it though.
Okay. You just have to differ between hit point
I'll look
and
it
hit
up.
point
So do
maximum.
we
I'm
get
seeing online
30?
they're saying it's temp hit points as well.
So do we
Yeah,
get
because they say
30
30.
temp?
They say it says regain 30 hit points at a level 7. It automatically tells me regain 30.
Yeah, this guy is saying at higher levels beyond 2nd increases temporary hit points by multiples of 5. 10 at 3rd, 15 at 4th, and up to 40
So
at
then temporary
9th
hit points is 30.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, yes.
So they technically have
But
temporary
not
hit
your-
points of 30
Yes.
for 8 hours.
Just not your hit point maximum.
So okay, so
I thought
so
you
it's
were
just
trying to say that
temporary.
it only heals for 30,
No,
but it
no,
gives
no.
you temporary 30. That's what
No,
you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
So-
You will,
okay.
you will get the increase of 30. So from
Okay.
you have 101, right?
Yes, I have 101. So
You'll
my
go to 130.
130, but it's temp 30.
But it's a
Yeah.
temp 30, right?
Yeah.
So your hit point maximum will go up to 106.
Yeah.
So once you drop below 106, you can't get back to 131.
Picking up what you.
But if you drop below 101, you can get back to 106.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay,
Yeah.
so that
I
would
thought
make...
you were saying it only like heals for 30
No,
points.
no,
Not it
sorry
gives you
about that.
temporary.
Yeah.
I got you
Okay,
now.
so their temporary hit points is going to be 30,
Yeah.
and then their max HP would be like you just add 5 to what you have.
Correct.
Where it
Got
says
it.
max HP modifier, you put
Yeah,
5.
you put 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah. Sorry,
that.
that was a little confusing.
No, that's
I
perfect.
was
That
trying to
makes
tell you, like,
No.
no.
I appreciate that. That helps out quite a bit.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So you
Excellent.
guys are at the entrance of this.
Sorry.
Of
I'm
this,
so
Of
sorry.
this cave, or what looks like a purposely built area. What are you doing?
Now I put this down.
Well, it seems like that if we go in, we do not know the nature of the spiders, or what we are assuming are spiders. They could be allied with our enemies, or they might not be allied with our enemies. If we go into this cave, we might have the problems coming back out.
Yep.
Because then the spiders. So it's almost like we're setting ourselves up for a pincer move of sorts. Have you heard of this? This is where you are attacked from 2 different sides. Except generally people aren't stupid enough to put themselves into that situation. It happens without their knowledge.
Right.
Right. Now, I'm going to say the Budinic, and you guys can follow or not. And I'm going to... Yeah, the horses into the cave.
What?
We're
Not through the
on
door,
the
though.
Cart with you, aren't we?
Yeah, the door's
right.
big enough,
Is
right?
it it big enough to put the whole cart in?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh.
He said it's 3 times the size of the Dragolich.
Oh, it's like an RV gate. Cool. Awesome.
It's gigantic.
Okay.
So if you don't want out, or if you want out now, do it now.
And as you are approaching this door, you will notice that as you kind of get close to this door, what looked like it was just darkness, you have begun realizing this door has a wall of that, of something that looks like a purposefully magical dark entity in front of it.
I will stop before that, and then on foot, I want to inch closer, listening for whispers inside my head hole. Because I don't have ears. It's
Putting your
just
head like near it, you don't.
no
get
madness or anything, or
not-
whispers of
that.
darkness.
Not putting. No, it is pure silence from where you were standing.
Bless you.
Bless you. Your sneezes are adorable.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
I'm going to take a crowbar out of my adventuring kit, and I'm just going to stick the crowbar into the dark a little bit, and then pull it back out.
Nothing seems to happen.
Anything weird. I'm going to take 4, and I'm going to put 4 into the darkness, and then I'm going to pull 4 back out.
Yeah, as you pull 4 back out and kind of look at him, he just kind of looks at you like,
Did that hurt you?
he kind of gives like a that was weird kind of a vibe.
But did it hurt?
Voltaire,
Yes.
4 is not living matter. He will not be affected.
I'm working my way up to that. The experiments have to start at the low with the non-living things, and then you work your way up towards the sentient beings, and then I think we push Emberly in.
Hey.
Hold on.
No, not this. She's okay.
Voltaire, I have an idea.
Okay.
I look over at Terrence's remains, fuckface, and
Yeah.
I say, is it big enough for him to walk through, or does he just...
Yeah, it's the whole
Not
size
for
of
him
the...
to walk.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him, I'm just gonna say, walk through there, and see what happens.
Yeah, you watch as he walks through this darkness, and he disappears as soon as he walks through the doorway. You cannot see him at all.
And then I tell him to come back.
Yeah, and he comes right back out.
Does he look any different?
He looks exactly the same.
Can you speak with him? Does he say what has happened inside of there?
Okay. Voltaire, he has no lips.
Okay, but you can't be the...
I...
How is he even walking right now? It doesn't seem like possible. Doesn't he need like a motor cortex or something?
It works a little bit differently than that.
Okay, so you could communicate with the ones with the heads, right?
I can tell him what to do, but he cannot respond to me.
This is very confusing. Your friends are very weird. I've tried to be quiet because it's just, I want you to have the friends, but the friends are very strange.
Voltaire, this one is not a friend. I will be disposing of it after this.
I light a flame in my
Well,
hand.
it's not nice
and
to
I
do
put
to
it
your friends.
in the darkness.
With your hand?
Does it light up?
Your hand.
My hand and my face.
And your face?
So I can see.
I was just joking. I wasn't actually trying to sacrifice you, but
Your
thanks.
hand does disappear when you
So
put it
this
in. You
is-
can't even see the flame. As you pull it out, your flame is in your hand still.
Does this look like the same type of darkness that we were experiencing where we're like,
That's
whoa!
what I'm trying to figure out.
Similar.
But like when I
Fuck.
put my face in, I don't see the flame.
When you put your face in, I'm going to need you to roll a wisdom save.
It was wisdom, wasn't it? Okay, yeah, it was wisdom.
Shit.
19 plus 8.
Yeah. +3 because you're near me.
Plus 3.
So
Wow.
let's see. Let's the maths. That's 27. That's 30. What's that wisdom saving throw? Guys, he's getting a lot of dice ready. I'm scared.
Yeah, don't get
Sorry.
over, guys.
Let me find one more.
Oh fuck. You're gonna take half damage.
Oh yeah, these
What? Even though I rolled a 30?
That means you take half damage.
You're gonna take 21 points of damage.
what's
Of
the
what you would know is
what's going
psychic
here?
damage.
21
As-
halved?
No, it's 42 half. As you stick your head into the cloud of darkness,
You know when you like stick your finger in
You
a
for-
socket and your hair is like this? I come back and I'm like, do not go.
yeah, and you for a moment have a very clear vision, and this seems like even though you were in there and out for, it almost seems like you were in there for a couple minutes, as you had this vision of your father being taken into a prison and you are watching him be jailed, and it's almost like a fast forward time loop where you're watching guards come by, feed him, yada yada yada. You watch them. Every like 5th day they seem to take him out of his cell, and you seem to follow him down where he goes into this chamber, and they torture him as they ask him questions in which he never seems to answer, and then they throw him back into that cell. And as you pull your head out, and your hair is just electrocuted up in the air, and you kind of look at everybody.
What's your wisdom?
Number, percent.
I telepathically told her what I saw.
Speaking of telepathic, I would have ritual cast telepathic bond when we're in the cart before we got out, so we have an hour of that.
Definitely.
My wisdom, what are you looking for?
I want to know what your saving throws are for wisdom.
+8.
We're all +8, and that's fucky, dude. That do we really do we need?
So I'm gonna look at Amberly and seeing that she's a little disheveled and say, so it looks like more than just damage occurred. What's going on with that darkness?
I saw. I don't know exactly if it was what was happening now or what happened in the past or what's gonna happen in the future, but I saw our father in jail.
Would this be similar thoughts to what she was experiencing in the black darkness we were in before? Or is this something different?
It would have been
It's the same
fairly
thing.
similar.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead then,
In front of me.
and go ahead and take a ball of air again, and put it to my face, and I'm gonna cast clairvoyance
Hi.
on it.
Okay.
See?
She was trying to. She was about to.
And I'm going to go ahead and send the orb into the darkness while holding onto Emberly's arm.
Oh yeah, good idea. Why did I do that?
Well, I mean, it's a good test. It's a good test. It's a good test. And I'm gonna send it in. And yes, if they have true seeing, they will see a little orb. Which is probably good, because if we get them out of this fog,
You
like about
throw
here, this is better.
your
Yeah, we
orb
will.
in there, and it is darkness for about 20 feet.
Okay,
And
okay.
as you kind of get through it and turn around and look, It almost looks like this darkness is like a cube.
It's a cube, okay.
It is like purposely put there as a defense mechanism
Okay.
of some sort.
So the fog is only 20 feet. It's not through the whole entire thing.
Roll a perception check for me
Yes,
as you
sir.
kind of look around.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around. 12, 15.
With a 15, as you kind of like clear out of this shadow turn, you kind of notice the shadow, and as you glance around the room, it looks like a fairly large chamber. It is made of, it is a cave, but it looks very like purposely constructed.
Okay.
The first half of it seems to be rock, and then the second half, it begins to build up into what looks like a beautiful wall made up of a very dark, perfectly cut stone.
Okay.
That wall goes from the ground to the ceiling of this cave, which is about 160 feet up in the air to 200 feet up in the air, depending on your vision.
Okay.
The cave is very empty. Like
I
it
look
seems
up.
like it's purposely built for this. Like this is
Open
a chamber
arena
that's like
kinda deal?
supposed to be here. You
Okay.
just don't know what it's really for. And as you kind of look around, you will notice in the very back there is a hallway at one point. It's about 30 feet long. It's probably about 40 feet high. It's a pretty large hallway that goes down. This hallway is going to be about 120 feet in front of you.
Okay. Do you guys want me to keep going forward in this, or do you want me to stop when we do it and go through this right now?
I could teleport to the other side with one willing creature.
Okay,
How?
quick question. We would know this, most of us being advanced magic users.
Yeah.
Are we aware when a spell that we have cast is ended? So if like we cast a spell like that and then someone casts a spell magic, even if I'm not there anymore, would I be aware that my spell was ended?
I think unless it tells you you're notified, I don't think you do.
Yeah, it's going to be situational.
Because if you're charmed or something like that, it does say in that spell that you know that you've been
There
charmed.
are
kind of
spells that
thing.
will
Yes.
say you are notified.
But there's also
when
spells
it's-
that you can like leave behind somewhere that lasts 8 hours, but
Right.
it doesn't necessarily notify you.
I would make a DM roll that like cantrips. Yes, every freaking time you're going to know. Outside of that, unless the spell dictates it, probably not.
Okay. I have an idea, and this might work. This
I'm just
might
going to hold
not.
it up still while listening.
I'm going to try to be a powerful big guy here, and I'm going to be hopeful, and I believe in myself and my friends, and our goal is righteous, and I am going to say, I believe in us, and I'm going to cast a spell magic on the darkness.
What level?
Roll a
3rd level.
I believe in us.
roll your d20 with your whatever your spell
So
says.
the
Add
DC
your
equals
level.
10 plus the spell's level, so what is the spell's level?
Because you could probably.
The spell's level's 8.
Still level 8.
And then maybe.
Still level 8.
Just
Just
one.
gonna keep that 8 there.
That
Just gonna keep that 8.
that spell doesn't change.
Well,
Okay. Alright, so charisma modifier.
If she
Ba-ba-ba.
goes with you, then she can call her peeps, and then me and Bultash can make
We need luck. Put the luck in. Debbie, I need you to believe harder.
I believe.
Devin!
I believe it.
Matthew and I just started watching Naruto. What? Matthew and I just started watching Naruto.
Oh God.
7.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and as Voltaire goes up, and you guys watch as he kind of flicks his staff and gives it a good college try, and you notice that it's just too high above your magic.
Well, this is
ability.
some bullshit. We are screwed.
So I think that I'm still holding it.
Yeah, you're basically with eyes closed right now. It's like,
Eyes closed, talking.
blah.
I think that Voltaire and I believe. I think that Emberly and Nazalis should transport.
As long as you're smaller than me, I can bring you in.
How tall are you?
Oh, yeah, good point. Then you're not taking Voltaire.
Let me see.
He's towering over you. You can try.
I think you gave yourself details. Go to
Yeah,
notes.
I did.
Go to notes. 'Cause I think we put what you were and stuff like that. Oh, I think I have it down. Let me check.
I don't think I put anything in
I
there.
have it down in my notes. 1 second.
Do I need to roll to see if I'm smaller than her? Because I forgot to put that in and I don't want to retcon.
I would say that you, being an elf and her
I'm
being...
5'2".
Well, I'm 5. Yeah, we're
No,
5'2",
see,
150 pounds.
You're probably about the same size.
So is it-
I would let you guys be able
Okay.
to do this.
Okay.
Okay.
Voltaire's going to be the one person I would not let it occur with.
He's got to use those wings.
Okay, so then let me tell you exactly where you're going to
Yes.
land. Just in front of my vision. You're going to be in the middle of a hallway. So I'm going to give her
So as long as I know the coordinates is, I can teleport there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say however many feet. So 20 feet plus however many feet I move forward to get to the entrance of the hallway.
Yep. And you just stayed with your bulb.
I'm with my...
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to stay where I am. I'm going to let
So
go
you
of
two
everything.
are going to teleport in.
It's exactly
You
where I
okay with
mentioned.
that?
It's just outside of the darkness, correct?
Just
It's
on the other
outside the
side.
darkness. I'm on the other
Yeah.
side of the darkness. You won't be landing in it.
Okay.
You'll be landing
Do
in
we
front
have
of a hallway.
Are they physically going through it?
Well,
No,
I don't
I'm
know if hers is
teleporting.
teleporting. So you and me will still have to.
Run on through, and I can tell you.
Do you have any aid you can provide to Voltaire?
Mm-hmm. I can before we go in. I will. But I'm doing this first so I can make sure you guys land there.
Fair enough.
Alright, I cast Dimension Door, and we walk through.
And it's level 8, so he won't let you do it.
It's outside of the darkness.
Okay, and you two are staying outside for now?
Yes.
So as you cast your spell, you hold on, Emberly, you hold on to Nazlith, and you two make the hop in. You make it through. And as you are standing there on the ground and you kind of look around, it's dim in here. It is not very well lit. Enough that you guys, your vision's probably limited to about 100 feet. It's not the dimmest, but it is dimly lit.
Do I see them land there?
You would see
Well,
them
telepathically.
pop up right in front
Okay,
of you.
cool.
I have a
Awesome.
question.
So,
I
I have a
think
question
we're
for you
here.
real quick.
Yeah.
So I have firebolt, control flames, and prestidigitation. I can never say that word.
Me neither.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
Would I be able to use any of those to just be able to hold fire in my hand? I feel like I could argue that I could.
I think prestidigitation actually describes that, and like you can create the
It's-
illusion of flame, but I don't think it actually
Okay,
eliminates
but
any
I want
light.
something a little bit bigger. I feel like if I have
There
a
is like a specific cantrip
Yeah.
for that, so unless you have,
I think prestidigitation is just the
ability.
image of
Ah.
light. It doesn't actually illuminate.
I will say though that Nazlith, being the user that you are, your staff that you have an ability to, if you would like, cast a small green flame off the tip of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you are holding it.
And I produce flame in my hand if we need the light.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can control flame. So as long as
But-
there's a flame for you, you can control
I know,
it.
but the thing with control, so I can start a fire with blah blah blah, but I can only control non-magical flames. So that's why it's like I have all these things, but they don't all really combine.
With
We
the
are,
magic
we are
that you
going
make
to
be
homebrew
That's
that
why
your
I asked.
staff
Mine's
has
a
that
cantrip
ability.
spell.
Oh, okay,
yes,
cool.
so-
Just because I have so many flame things, but they don't quite
Yep.
mesh.
So,
Canon. It's canon now.
so then
That's
I'm going
fair,
to
DM.
turn off my
I
clairvoyancy.
approve.
And I'm going to go ahead. Voltaire, may I touch you?
Certainly.
Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and put my hand, well, attempt to put my hand on his head. Because I'm assuming he's tall and I'm 5'2".
7 foot.
Yeah. So
I'll bow
I'm gonna
down.
It's gonna be
Thank
a
you.
boop.
Boop. I'm going to go ahead and place my hand in his head and do warding winds. And you and me are now warding bonded.
Oh, nice.
What
Yeah.
does that mean?
So while you're within 60 feet of me, you gain a +1 to your AC and to saving throws. And you have resistance to all damage.
Oh, that is very good. Thank you very much.
Yep. I will also take the same damage as you do, but it's fine. It's okay.
But what if you
Shit.
No, it's fine
you
because I can
take
heal a
your
lot.
damage?
Don't
But-
forget.
He's
And
fine. I
it's-
no. So what I'll do, what happens is that if he does get hit, I will get the same damage, but he has resistance to all damage.
You realize we are getting hit.
Oh yeah.
That's the nature of this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And don't worry, I also have a little bit of healing too, so once we get down the other side, if you need a little, I can lay my hands upon you
Yeah.
and do some
Perfect.
healing.
I mean, I've got you. I'm supporting you.
I'd support
So let's
you.
do this, but you get some +1 to your AC. So
That's
kind of the main thing.
pretty dope. I like that.
All right, cool.
How long does that last?
That's for an hour.
As long as I'm within 60 feet of you?
60 feet, yep.
Okay. And then you get +3 to any save throw if you're within 10 feet of me. So if we're moving together, you'll get +3 to your save throw.
Yep.
All right.
We're good. Excellent. Shall we?
Into the darkness we go, my friend.
Okay.
Roll your wisdom
running.
saves. They're
not strolling.
Are you guys leaving the cart outside?
Yeah, we're parking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be parked right out.
Yeah.
I can't snap to go to visible because it lasted at 10 p.m.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
I am mind linked to it. So if it
It's
explode,
got a fresh days.
oh, the cart did too. Fuck that shit. Invisible cart.
Yeah. So as you flick your fingers, you watch the cart go invisible.
Cool.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right, hurry on through, guys.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Debbie.
When are you gonna pick up the lucky feet?
13.
Let's see. I got myself 13.
Oh, God.
You are the queen of 13s tonight. That's
Dude!
your
Wait, what
number.
is your-
I've been fucking dying
What
over
was your?
here.
You gave me plus on saving throws. What did you give me plus?
+1.
As you guys
14.
Yeah.
make your way through
It's okay. The wolves survive.
this darkness, Bultash, as you take your first step in, and you begin walking your way through it, you begin hearing a very loud.
What is
Then as
funny?
you kind of like look around as you're walking, you can't see shit. But the only thing you can see is as you kind of turn around and look over your shoulder for Willow as she's right behind you, you see her wings begin to disintegrate as you walk through this.
His wings.
Willow, as you begin walking through this, you have the same vision Emberly does of your father in a prison,
Okay.
and you are watching him. It almost feels like for months as they pull him in and out of this cell. They torture him, they question him, put him back in this cell, and it is just a cycle as you are walking through this to a point where you are, by the time you exit this shadow, you are in tears. Voltaire, as you exit this shadow, you as well are very emotionally wrecked. As you are watching your wings just dissipate. And as soon as you get to the other side, they're back.
Oh, gosh. I was like, oh my gosh, your wings are gonna...
And you have a moment of like,
Did you see my wings disappearing too?
Yep. Did I? I did. No?
You would have been distracted
You did
in
not.
your stuff.
you could not see
Yeah, I
Voltaire as
probably
you were
would not have,
walking
okay.
through. You would know that if you put your hand like this, you would not have been
I've
able
seen it.
to see it. And as you are like having this moment, trying to figure out what the fuck just happened,
We're gonna take psychic damage.
I need all of you to roll a wisdom saving throw for
All
me.
of us?
All of you. As you hear out of one of the corners, as you hear from one of the corners,
27.
as a
Fuck yeah.
floating entity becomes visible to you guys, who was previously invisible.
Yeah, that's okay. That's alright. We knew
And
you
he
were there.
enters the room.
Oh, that's cool, bro.
Do you need our minis?
What do I have to roll? A wisdom save?
A wisdom saving throw for me.
So did we take damage from that?
Give me a sec.
I got a
Oh, it was a yes or no question.
From the shadow.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't tell you the damage. Yes. You took.
I'm not saying you need to roll now. Just it was a yes or no
You
question.
took 40 damage.
Of what?
Oh, give me another.
4-0.
So, well, no. So you have
Psychic.
resistance to all damage.
Right.
So
Right.
you get half of that.
And it was psychic damage, so 20 points of psychic damage is what you would have taken. And you both are emotionally wrecked. I need you. You were not here, Emberly. I
17.
need you to roll a wisdom save. 17.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
What'd you-
27.
27.
Nat 20 plus an 8.
21.
Nice.
You, unfortunately, Emberly, are the only one who take any part of this spell as you feel slow be casted upon you, and your motions begin to. And in that time, as you all kind of turn to hear, or to see, I should say, this demonic entity go from invisible to visible, He's probably about 60 feet away from you. And we're going to go to break there as we all roll for initiative. We will be back in about 16 minutes. We are going to show the second half of our Budownik video. The first half aired at the first half of our stream. So if you'd like to catch the first half, you can either catch it when we are done on our replay, or in a week when it's on YouTube and it's all combined into one film for our halftime. But yeah, we'll see you soon.
Right. Excellent. I am so sorry. You know, what a shame that you have to carry such a heavy object this whole time. Honestly, I genuinely think you might have the wrong idea of me. I'm not the biggest fan of that group, and frankly, it's just nice to get away. You know, perhaps maybe we could find a different arrangement if there's some way I can
Considering
prove
that you guys put up such a fight against Zuktmoy,
Right, I just wanted my bird back.
we
Really, I
must
wanted the thing
dispose
inside
of you as appropriate.
Dispose of me? I thought I was to dedicate myself to Orcus.
You are.
Oh. And they? That's the plan really here, is to gather everybody together, right? That's actually pretty good. I did that once with a group of mice in a lab. It was very interesting, but it turns out that certain forms of arsenic are not compatible with carbon-based life forms.
You will soon learn that the material plane will be given to the lords of the Underdark.
Hey, didn't that happen once already? I heard a story about that.
And as you kind of are saying this out loud, you would realize that you are about to land, and you have entered essentially the entrance to this inlet that's about 50 feet up in the air in what you would know as the north wall of this cave. And as it's landing, Neandic would have gone off of the dragon before it lands, and you would watch him kind of hover and just land on the ground next to the dragon in front of you with his hands just together and in front of him. Katagar, put him in the dead room. We will deal with him later. I must go.
Am I still in the dragons? Is he like above? Like we're still floating?
Yeah, you're essentially like on the ground sideways as he's holding you, kind of like standing there.
Perfect.
I'm going to go tell Rhinon that we have one of them. The trap is set. Now I gotta look something up.
Perfect. I'm going to wait patiently until Katagar is like just me and him.
Rhinon will want to tell Baphomet about this.
Isn't that the dragon lady?
We will
You got the mushroom lady and the dragon
send
lady.
this up to Orcus and
Is that the dragon lady?
see what he wants done with them.
Have I heard that name before? I feel like I've heard that.
Baphomet?
Yeah.
You have Willow in her readings had learned about some of the demon lords of the abyss. One of them was Baphomet.
Right. Gotcha.
Orcus, on that note, was not part of what she read. This is
Oh.
going to be the first time you hear the name Orcus.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect.
You're going to watch as Neandic exits the room, kind of in the back. This place that you are in, although you kind of like entered into a cave wall, it looks like a very well built castle-esque living space that's like built into this wall. All the bricks are very perfectly placed. They're all large squares of some kind of black rock. You're not 100% sure at this point.
My specialty.
This place has some dark magical vibes to it in its structure and how it was built and how perfect it is in every aspect.
Neandic is.
Neandic has left the room. You are
Perfect.
now going to be.
I'm just shout after him. Your name means patella penis.
And as you do that, Katagar is going to kind of like slam you on the ground. You're going to take a little more damage than just the claw. 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
As soon as that happens, correct me if I am wrong. The last time we played, I had cast a spell, correct?
You did.
Okay, perfect. That means that I'm likely still holding the rod that I used to bypass my need for material components. And I am going to, as he slams me into the ground, cast Enlarge on myself.
Hell yeah.
Yep. So I become a large creature at that point. And I don't know how you want to do that, but yeah, I'm gonna become a large creature right there.
Well, we're gonna do it this way. As you become large, you start growing in his hand. You will notice out of one of the corners that you weren't well aware that there was an invisible
Other things
in this room with you, and you see a dispel spell hit you. As you grow just a little bit, it just suddenly, and you just hear some chuckles in the corner that are like.
That was super weird. Have you ever experienced something like that? I'm talking to the dragon.
There are plenty of things you won't know about.
No, I'm just talking about like that was really. Oh, you must be epically powerful. I am just overly impressed.
I'm well aware of what you tried to do.
What I didn't try to do anything.
And as you guys are having this conversation, he's like kind of walking with you.
Be sure that this is a very well protected place. Your friends will be greeted here. It will be a warm welcome.
Fabulous. You know, I like warm welcomes. It's just my favorite. Fuck, I got nothing. I don't even have anything I can drop at this point.
And as you are like right here in this moment, he opens up this brig gate door and throws you in. As he throws you into this chambered area, you would feel all your magical equipment, anything that's magical on you, just stop working. You get the sense that there's some form of anti-magic in here that is a rather high level that just zapped everything you have.
I'm stuck on my breastplate, which is nice. Not much else. Awesome.
You would also notice that as you are thrown into this, you are... When you entered this chamber, it looked like you were going through some hallways and some rooms. And then...
I would be doing my best to make a detailed map in my head.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything.
You probably went about 50 feet down this main hallway and to the left. And as soon as you entered this magical chamber, you all of a sudden, as you look to your... if you're looking at the doors, you look to your right, that would have been the direction you guys came from inside of the... like where you flew in. You would have a very clear view of that chamber and that hall and everything that's out there. That wall that is on that side of your brig is transparent one way, where you get to see everything that's happening. Nothing can see inside.
Like a one-way mirror.
Yes, essentially. And as you get thrown in here and have this realization, and you kind of look back up at the Draco Lich, you will have a great view of your friends as they come in.
Hey, are you going to be here for that?
I will.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. I just, maybe perhaps, just worthy of noting, my friends did fucking shove a giant stick up your arse, and I'm more than willing to bet they'll do it again.
And as you
And I will duck behind my shield.
Yeah, and as you kind of say that, Bill Rowell,
Oh, God, another one.
get the equipment. English,
It's gonna be difficult. Like, your jaw's like, you got a hole in your cheek. Did you know that?
And you see this huge undead Goliath who has these like big ass chains with him. They open up your chamber doors, and the dragon marches in right behind the whatever I just said. It's the big ass Goliath that looks undead.
What was his name?
His name is Bill Rowell. Billral. Bill Rowell.
Gotcha.
He begins to, as the giant kind of picks you up and grabs you, and he hovers you like just barely off the floor so you can't stand.
I'm fucking weak as shit.
And they begin wrapping you with these chains. These chains are black, and they have this, as they wrap you with them, this very cold feeling to them. You can almost feel your energy being like zapped out of you as you are inside of these chains. Roll a... Give me a second here. Roll a Constitution save for me.
Ooh.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to have you roll 3 of them.
Okay. Oh, okay, not bad. 14 for the first one. Oh, God. I really just got fucked there. 9. It was a natural 1, but a 9 for the second.
What was the first one?
14.
14,
9.
9.
And 12.
and 12.
Nope. 11.
All 3 fail.
You fucked me.
In the time that you spend in this cell, as they wrap you in the chains and leave you, as soon as they put the lock on those chains, you go to like say something, no sound comes out. You go to move, you just can't. You are trapped in your mind laying here. The only thing that you can really feel is the coldness of these chains, and you can feel your energy just being pulled out of them. You what's your damage? Just curious.
How much life do I have left?
Yeah. I already have this planned out, so.
I'm interested in seeing.
Okay.
Let's just hold that one. Oh wow, that's a lot of those.
Yeah, I need one more.
I'm not giving you mine.
I'm not giving you mine. Here's one. These chains, as you sit there, there's some big numbers. 12, 19, 21, 29, 31, 38, 49, oop, that was an 11, 57 points of damage is going to be drained from you, and you will take 1 point of exhaustion as you lay here on the floor. Very similar to the experience that you had when you were in that darkness. You begin hearing your mother screaming, crying, your dad being tortured. You don't have very many close friends, but you would imagine Bultash on a stretching board being pulled by his limbs. You would see the divine twins trapped in a bubble in the middle of a room as they suffocate from the lack of oxygen given to them. You don't know Nazlith very well, but even she would creep into your mind at times, where you would see them turning her into a cult member themselves, sacrificing her to Orcus and the Demon Lords. While you are in this cell, you are going crazy. It feels like days. You lose track of time. Your senses are gone. The only thing that's there is you, your mind, in darkness. And that's where we will end our little halftime session.
5 hit points left.
Oh my god! So
I was like, no, stay tough, stay tough,
Okay.
stay tough. And you're like, 47. I was like, okay, good. 57. Oh, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So we'll pick up there.
Wow.
Whenever we pick up there, if we pick up there.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? But
Who knows? That's
be
that's
gone
what's
forever,
happening
but it's-
to you at this moment in time.
Cool.
And yeah, we will end our little halftime sesh there, and hopefully you go back to the regular session. Enjoy the shit out of that. Thank you. Have a good one.
I hope I don't die.
Yeah, hope you don't die.
Where we left off, you guys saw Budownik be captured. You guys did a couple things. Willow spoke to her god, and she managed to roll good enough to get pretty much whatever she wanted, which was to give you guys essentially what would be a full night's rest back. That occurred, you guys went into the canyon east about 3 miles before you found this entrance that 4 had been pointing out to you guys. You guys managed to figure out a way to either go through or teleport on the other side of this maddening darkness. Some of you took some damage, some of you didn't. And as you stand there on the other side of this, inside of this beautifully built, now that you're inside of it, almost looks like a temple. You guys had a spell cast upon you. All of you saved except for Emberly, who is now slowed. Which I will remind you of that at the top of your turn. And as you guys turned to see who cast that spell, you saw a giant winged entity, a couple times the size of you guys, huge horns off the top of its head. Its wings are blackened. You can see its purple skin crawling up the wings. The wings are ripped in a couple places. It is almost looks like it has a tail, but then that tail turns into a shadow on the ground as it kind of floats above it. I need you all to roll initiative for me as we get into this battle.
By the way, Chris, I actually am proficient with the longbow as well.
Okay.
It
Sweet.
says it in the D&D
So you go first.
we need to be on.
Willow and Emberly,
We got 10. And she's going first.
Nazlith,
15.
and Bultash.
I rolled a 19. I get plus 0, so 19.
Bultash, you are up first. As you are facing down this creature in front of you, it has a wickedly large smile going across its face. Its jaw is a little larger than yours. And its horns are probably a couple feet long as you are staring at it. What are you doing?
Do I see anyone else in the room other than this guy?
I will let you roll a perception check, but we're going to start just to making battles quicker. If you roll for checks for perception or things of that nature, unless it's just a talking thing that's going to be really quick, I'm going to have that be a bonus action.
Then I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
And don't forget, we have telepathic bond cast on us together.
Okay. I'm going to run up to him, and I'm going to pull out my glaive, and I'm going to make an attack with my glaive. As I'm running up to him, I'm going to bonus action, though, and I'm going to cast Staggering Smite.
What's your movement?
30 feet, and then 10 feet of range.
You are 15 feet away from him, and then he's about 5 feet up in the air, just from naturally.
Okay, then I will not run up and attack him. I will run up there, and I'll still use my bonus action to cast Staggering Smite. And then I'm going to take my action, and I'm going to...
And I don't have my timer with me, but I'm going to start timing you guys.
That's
so
fine.
just for your knowledge, Nazlith, you're up next.
Okay.
What does slow mean?
It's the one I had cast before, where it reduces your movement by half. You can only use an action. You can't use a bonus action or
Okay.
reaction.
I'm going
The
to cast...
effective target speed is halved. It takes a -2 to its AC and dexterity saving throws. It can't use reactions on its turn. It can either use an action or a bonus action. Only one of them.
Okay.
Not both.
I'm going to cast Command on it.
Yeah,
And that is a range of 60 feet.
Yep.
And I'm going to say... Grovel. Grovel before me, please.
What is the...
Wisdom saving throw, 16.
It rolled a 19.
It would. And then that will end my turn.
Alright, Nazlith, what are you doing? Twins, you're up next.
Is he the only thing we see? Do we see anyone else?
You just explained that.
Oh.
Yeah, I
If you were there.
glance, he's the only thing you see.
How
Yeah,
far
tell
away
us
am
the
I from him?
bonus action.
You are... 35 feet.
I would like to back up as far away from him as I can get with my movement, which is 30 feet. And then for my action, I'm going to try and cast Firebolt at it.
Oh, I don't have those. Those are going to be in the other room.
Okay, it misses. I know that already.
Okay. Yeah, you cast a firebolt at it, and it seems to very easily kind of avoid it as the smile increases on its face as it now eyeballs you.
11. There's no way that hits.
Does 11 hit?
No.
Okay.
You never know.
And then
Could be a decoy.
for my bonus action, I'm going to command my undead. And I'm going to have Hagatha come back with me. She can move 20 feet, so she's 10 feet in front of me. And then I think they're all corpses, right? Zombies right now.
They can move 10 feet each?
They 20 feet each.
Okay, they can, because of your location beforehand,
Yeah.
they can all pretty much get right next to you or in front of you.
Okay, I just want Hagatha to come with me.
Okay, I'll leave the other two.
I'm going to, and then I'm going to command.
Terrence.
I'm trying to figure out who I want to go. Gloopy will stay with the twins, and Terrence will try and make his way up with Voltaire.
You said 20 feet?
Yes, and my general command for them is protect me and my allies.
Okay.
So
Yep.
you can interpret that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and you watch the zombie you have named Fuckface begin walking up its little spinal cord where its head should be waggling with each step as it begins to walk up behind Voltaire. That's going to end your turn. Next up's Willow and Amberly.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and did Voltaire already moved, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He left me. Okay. Cool. I am gonna go ahead and I'm gonna really quickly go over to Emberly, and I am going to go ahead and where'd it go? I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and touch as my bonus action. I'm gonna go and touch her crossbow. Thank you. I'm gonna touch her crossbow and do holy weapon upon it.
Perfect.
And then for my action, I'm gonna go ahead and look at the dude, and I'm gonna do guiding bolt at let's do first level. Wait, is that how that works? Yes, okay. 20 hit?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then that's 4d6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I say winds take strike, and that is 6, 9, 10 points of radiant damage. And the next attack roll made against the target before the end of my turn has advantage, thanks to a mystical dim light glimmering from the target.
And you will notice that as you cast your radiant damage spell, that radiant damage, as it hits the demon, he seems to be maybe a little more affected by that spell than what
Oh boy, you got a cleric in your house!
some other spells would have done. So you said 10 damage?
Yes, 10 points of radiant damage. And then and then whoever attacks it next has advantage. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take so I'm assuming it took me 10 points of movement to get to Emberly?
To get to Emberly would take you 5.
5, okay. And then can I be 60, using the rest of my movement, be at least within the 60 range of Bultash if he were to move directly in front of that thing?
You are. You don't have to move for that.
I don't have to move?
No,
Okay, cool.
you're
Can I back up a little bit? Maybe go behind, who's that one?
This is going to be Loopy, or Gloopy.
Can I go behind Gloopy?
Loopy.
Meat shield.
Using a meat shield, baby. Is that 60? If I want to stay within 60
You
of
are
the range.
right at 60.
Ooh,
right
then I'm going
there.
to go side by side Gloopy
Okay,
then.
okay.
Yeah, I need
55.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that is the end of my turn.
Okay, perfect. Emberly, what are you doing?
So I had an advantage.
You have advantage on
What
your
is that?
attack
What is
against
that?
him.
So he has advantage. You have advantage on him.
Is that the first attack made against him?
And the first attack made against him has an advantage.
I'll be rolling my false life dice for this encounter.
No, you don't need to.
Oh, speaking of encounter things, while you think about that mini is made by the Dwarven, or the Dungeon Forge, I should.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
really?
so the Dungeon Forge people made that mini.
That's awesome.
I'll give them a shout out after this, and we'll take a picture with it and do some things. But yeah, thedungeonforge.com, cool minis.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him with Firestorm. So you have to roll a dexterity saving throw of 16.
17.
Damn. Okay, so you get half damage.
Okay. As you do a firestorm?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So fire damage, obviously.
You didn't even use your advantage then.
No. Okay.
Does that carry over then? Advantage on the next attack against him if she decides to do like a wisdom saving throw attack? Would that advantage just carry over to the next person who did a...
As our homeworld, because I don't actually know that for a fact, I'm going to say yeah.
That'll carry over.
Yeah, somebody gets to get that before
It just says a next attack
Oh,
roll.
yeah.
Attack roll there.
Attack roll. made against
39
it.
points of damage, so half of that.
Half of that, that's going to be 19 points of damage.
Not bad, not bad.
And as you kind of cast that, what spell was that? Fire what?
Fireball?
Firestorm.
Firestorm. As you cast that firestorm in its direction and it hits, you notice that his body, as it hits him, is almost shadow-like, where it seems to absorb some of that flame. And it doesn't seem to do the damage that you thought it would do.
In a good way, it absorbs it.
Boops.
It seems maybe it's resistant to that type of damage.
So you got 10 points of damage. Cool.
Well, we know.
Yeah.
The opposite effect of what your twin sister would have done. And that ends your guys' turn.
No, I can't. I'm slowed.
Fuck, you're slowed. But does she get to roll again to see if she's still slowed? Is that what you
She
did with
does
Mike
get
last
to
time?
roll a wisdom save at the end of each of her turns.
Are you within 10 feet of me?
No.
12.
Doesn't save.
Damn.
As you guys are kind of doing this, the fiend in front of you, as it flaps, you all hear telepathically, without it speaking, as it just has this giant, creepy smile on its face. You will soon be with Budownik. And it is going to begin flying.
Does it come within 10 feet of me
It
at
doesn't.
all?
It is going to begin skimming the wall. And as it does, I'm actually going to need you to roll a wisdom save for me.
Me?
You, Bultash.
Get a +1 to
And
that.
it is going to flick its fingers and summon a spider creature that is going to fall
Fuck off!
from the ceiling and land just
Oh, she's creepy. Did they make that too?
right behind you. They did not. But
21.
21. You managed to save.
Manage with a 21? Just manage? I don't like that verbiage.
Very barely.
Just barely.
And you
win
feel
your
yourself
life.
begin to as it's moving away from you. You feel yourself Voltaire, begin to freeze up. Like you're almost about to be paralyzed, and you give it one good, just like, come on, and manage to fight through it. As you kind of watch this entity move around into the center, it's actually going to take another 5 feet. Boom. And it is now kind of up against this brick wall.
As it starts flying away, I'm saying, "You are a coward. Get back here and fight me, you bitch."
That's going to end its 2 turns. For the creature's turn that fell behind you guys. Jeez, they're just knocking shit over back here.
Gangly arm.
You will watch as it begins to run up to Nazalith. And as it does Nazalith, it is going to take a multi-attack on you. You will notice it is carrying a sword with it as it runs towards you. And it seems to be magical in its essence. As it takes a swing at you with the sword, that's an 11. It's going to miss. As you manage to duck out of the way, and with its next attack, it is going to try to take a bite at you.
So I commanded Hagatha to protect me. Did she react to this at all? Did she remain at all?
For the bite, it will be a 14. I'm assuming that misses.
It hits.
Oh, that hits. Roll for Hagatha. I need you to roll a dexterity check for me.
Okay.
We will just go ahead and use a flat roll because she doesn't have
Dexterity.
Yeah, she doesn't have statistical categories. I don't think we've made them for her yet.
It depends on how you want to classify her. I have a zombie and a skeleton pulled up, but I don't know how you want to go about it.
We'll roll a flat dex save
Okay.
on this one.
15.
With a 15, as this creature swings with the sword, you manage to dodge it. The sword goes right over your head, and as you kind of come up, you watch as this creature begins to fall down upon you. The top half of its torso being a human look to it, but as it opens its mouth, it doesn't open its mouth like a person would. It's almost like a perfect circle as it opens its mouth, and it's like 3 or 4 times the size of a human mouth. And inside, as it is coming at you, you are seeing like the rotational blade of like circular teeth coming at you. In just at the last second, Hagatha is going to jump in the way and take that damage. She specifically is going to take...
Oh no, hags.
Yeah.
She's going to take 3 piercing damage, plus 9 poison damage, but I believe she is immune.
Yeah, immune to poison.
Yeah.
So just 3 points.
As this creature like bites into this undead thing that you have. Even with its multi-attack, that's going to end its turn. We will be back at the top of the round with Voltaire.
I am going to chase after it with all of my movement. So 30 feet of...
You can get right up to it with 25 feet.
Sweet. Okay. And then I'm going to...
If you want to be the 10 feet away, you can do the 20 feet, but that's up to you.
Yeah, I'll stay the 10 feet away. Just to give myself a little distance, but still be engaged. And then still advantage on the attack rolls, right?
On the first one.
Right.
Yeah, this is the first one, yeah, I'm imagining.
Okay, that one is 28. And that one is less, but it doesn't matter, 28. Okay, and then I'm going to have the staggering smite, which was still active for my first turn. And that gives me 4d6. I get a d10 for the damage. And then I get a d8 for my Divine Smite, or my improved Divine Smite. Roll that. Oh no, I saw our logo.
Right? It's always mixed feelings about it.
Okay, so we got 12, 8 is 22, plus 5, 27 points of damage.
Nice.
What kind?
One of that is going to be lightning damage.
One of it is lightning damage?
One of it is lightning damage.
You will notice the lightning damage doesn't feel like it hits as well.
Okay.
It's halved.
And then 10, 14, 15 of it is psychic damage.
Okay, let me double check. Okay.
Is that neutral?
That one hits just fine.
Okay, and then 11 of it is slashing damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go for my second attack.
Magical weapon?
Correct.
Question mark?
Correct.
Okay.
Fuck you. I'm going to go for my second attack. Before I do, I'm going to do a bonus action to do Blinding Smite.
Yeah, definitely.
And I will attack. 29.
29 hits.
Okay, and then that is going to be 3d8. Plus another d8 for the radiant damage. We separate those. And roll the lightning damage first. So that's 5, so 2.
2 points of, lightning damage.
Yeah, 5 total, but halved is 2, right?
Right.
Then this will be the slashing damage. That is going to be 8 slashing damage. And then 3d8 of radiant damage. And that is 7, 8,
Who's on
15 points.
Me. Right?
Yeah.
15 points of radiant damage.
Yeah, and your radiant damage, as you impact it with that radiant, like that last little punch of radiancy, you will feel that radiant damage hit a little extra harder. As the rest of the punches you hit him, he almost seems to kind of like shrug off. But when you hit him with radiant damage, he almost lets out like a terrible shriek. As the light and his shadows kind of look like they were fighting each other on his body, basically.
And that'll end my turn.
How many points of radiant damage left? 15?
15.
Nazlith, what are you doing as you're watching this occur?
I'm going to disengage and use my full movement to move diagonally past the Gloopy. I have 30 feet of movement. Okay, and then I am going to use my bonus action to command Hagatha and Gloopy to attack the spider lady. So for Hagatha, I will roll for her. She gets... Okay, so for Hagatha, let's see if she gets anything. Yes, she does, or at least I hope she does. 23 to hit with Hagatha.
That hits.
Okay. So for her damage, sorry, I'm still trying to.
Yeah, you're good. We're going decent speed.
I'll take it. 5 points of damage, bludgeoning damage specifically.
Okay.
And then Gloopy is also going to try and attack, so I'll see if he even hits. 20, not nat.
Yeah, it's. And I will say that you wouldn't notice it, but your undead would notice that their bludgeoning damage just doesn't seem to be doing quite the impact of what it could be.
Okay. Ow, fuck. 4 damage from Gloopy. Oh, I have all these bars at this end of the table. It fucking hurts.
Spitting bars.
Okay. I'm just gonna give them like a little clap because I'm so happy that they finally hit something.
Yeah, definitely. And you're watching them just maul up this spider, at least taking up her time, as she's like, what the hell's happening to me? These two undead creatures are all of a sudden fighting me.
Oh, and then Terrence will, or Fuckface, whatever we want to call him, will continue to follow Voltaire for now.
Yeah. Yep. Fuckface is on Voltaire. Twins, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go ahead and cast a guiding bolt towards Big Wing guy.
Okay.
26.
26 hits.
All right. And that's gonna be 66. 4, 5, 6. Let me just do that real quick. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6, 7, 8. 18 points of radiant damage.
To the spider?
No, to the winged guy.
Oh, and you said radiant.
Radiant damage, yeah. And then anyone the next attack roll has advantage.
You know when you plan something, it just seems to be like getting out of hand because the players might have figured something out. Yeah.
What? Figured something out?
And honestly, you've gotten kind of lucky because both my freaking smites that I added, my bonus actions, are supposed to make you make a save throw.
Yeah.
What?
You're supposed to make a con save to see if you're going to be blinded.
It's so weird.
You will notice that creature, as you look up at him,
Probably
and he
can't.
looks down, does not have eyeballs. It is
But
hollow.
he can see everything.
It looks like a hollow skull.
But the other one was a wisdom saving throw, and then it was going to have disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and
Are you
can't take
done?
reaction.
1 second.
But no. I fucked up.
Cool. And then I am gonna go ahead and move myself a little bit closer to Nazlith, but still within 60 feet of Voltaire, or 55 feet if you could.
Yeah, it's only 5 feet to Nazlith.
Cool.
I mean, sorry, it is 15 feet to Nazlith, and you're still easily within that range of everybody.
Plus your own safety.
Okay, cool, awesome. So then I'm gonna go ahead and take some dust from the ground, and I'm gonna whirl it in my hands and kind of go poof, sanctuary for Nazlith, that she's now warded until the spell ends. Is warded with an attack or a harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. And if it does fail, then it has to choose a new target or lose the attack or spell.
So to hit me, they have to roll wisdom saving.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And that
that's
is your
it.
turn.
Yeah.
Emberly, what are you doing?
I'm gonna cast Banishment on both of the creatures. Am I 60 feet from both of them?
Yep. What level's your banishment spell?
6.
Okay.
We all know why you asked.
Yeah, so as you go to cast banishment on these creatures, you will feel your magic just not quite take as you let go, and you watch the flying creature use its reaction to dispel magic as it is coming out of your hand.
6
Is that a
level
legendary
slot.
action?
It's a not dispel magic. I'm sorry, whatever the
I was going to say, dispel magic's an action.
yeah.
Counterspell?
Counterspell. I'm like looking through my spells. I'm like, I know I said it wrong.
Yeah.
And it will counterspell you. It is going to burn a 7th level spell for that, man. 18 does.
It's crap. Okay.
Crap.
I'm gonna roll to lift the slow thing. 24.
24 does it. As you at the end of this turn manage to try to cast a spell, it counterspells you, and then you suddenly
I saw you roll for.
that was
You
an
know-
accident.
okay,
I
I'm
don't know why. I
Who's
did
Nina
that.
Dick?
And as you
Sorry, Looney.
as you lose that spell out of your hand, you manage to at least fight the one that's holding you currently, and you are broken free. That'll end your turn. Okay.
Chris, keep on the other side of Nazlith.
Yeah, you wanna be right here?
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. Sweet. The spider lady is going to continue attacking your two creatures. She's going to give a swing at Hagatha in front of her.
Okay.
19.
That hits. Doesn't take much, unfortunately.
Yeah, I imagined. And with its long sword, that's going to be...
Did you not get what?
He didn't get much. It is going to be... Oh, I already used the wrong dice. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Convenient.
Great shame.
Great shame.
Great
Shame in your household.
shame. Yeah, exactly.
Shame on you. Shame on your cat.
Still not the greatest roll, but it's going to take 9 points of slashing damage, Hagatha, as she gets a long sword right to one of her shoulder blades that seems to carve through, and she's beginning, her rotten body is beginning to kind of like fall apart as this is occurring. She's also going to take the bite attack. 16.
To hit, yeah.
Yeah. And that's gonna be
Squishy puppies for my
Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
So nice.
1 point of piercing damage.
And no poison.
And no poison damage involved in that because of the undead situation. Then on that character's turn, the next one is going to be the demonic shadow creature. As it is now beginning to float over you guys' head, it is going to turn to you, Bultash, as you seem to be pestering it. I'm going to need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
+1.
10.
+1.
10.
Damn it.
I rolled a 2.
Well, at least you have low resistance, so I will
At least
get
it
that
wasn't a
much.
1.
And as you are standing there, and he looks down at you, casts a spell, you feel this very dark magic hold your body in place as you are now paralyzed and you are kind of stuck in that location. It is now going to move away from you and towards Emberly.
Cool. Cool, bro. Sick.
Emberly, it's going to make an attack on you. Just don't know what kind yet. There we go. You will watch as it pulls out its claws and just begins slashing you. A 17 and a 21.
One misses, one hits.
Okay, the 17 misses. As it comes with a first claw, you watch these black, slimy nails come flying right by your faces. You manage to dodge out of the way and miss them. The second claw, however, is going to hit you and make some serious contact. As it does, you are going to take 10 points of psychic damage. And 13 points of slashing damage as the claw comes across your face. That is going to end its turn. Bultash, what are you doing?
Do I feel like I'm under the control of a spell?
Yes, so at the moment, you are paralyzed. You can't do anything. I will let you roll a wisdom. Turn.
Well, can I use my cleansing touch?
Unfortunately, you don't have VSM right now. You can't speak. You are literally paralyzed in place.
Can he use the telepathic?
Says you can use your action to end one spell on yourself or on one willing creature that you can touch. But I'm not trying to touch anyone. I'm me.
Right.
Parts of me are touching me, I assume.
So when it says components, what does it say?
It doesn't say components. It's just cleansing touch. It's just a part of my class.
And what are you doing exactly?
It says you can use your action to end one spell on yourself. And I have 3. I can do 3 of those per long rest.
What level is it?
It's no level. It's just
Cantrip?
It's a
it's
feature.
just a feature of my character.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that's paladin stuff.
Yeah, we'll let that fly.
Okay, so cleansing touch.
Yeah, it's gonna take your turn to do that.
Right, it's an action.
Your
Yeah.
right? But yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I'll do that.
Definitely.
Can
As
I
you are
bonus
sitting,
action?
You kind of watch it kind of dissipate away from you. you use that cleansing touch, and I will give you the bonus action at the end of that as well. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, then I will cast Blinding Smite again, and then that will be my turn.
Perfect. Yeah, you cast Blinding Smite.
That just affects my weapon for the next time I attack.
Okay.
So
perfect. And that ends your turn. Next up's Nazlith. What are you doing?
Okay. I'm going to start off with my bonus action. I'm going to cast Expeditious Retreat, which allows me to dash as a bonus action until the spell ends. So I'm going to dash 60 feet straight back towards the spider lady. I don't want to move closer to her, but just straight back. So 60 feet. Okay.
Really get there.
Cool.
I would say that's where that dark wall.
Okay,
of
that's where I
shadow
would
is.
stop then.
You would notice that it is still up in there.
Okay. Have I ever seen anything like the spider lady before?
No.
Okay.
You haven't.
Okay. I'm going to try and cast Phantasmal Force on her.
Definitely.
So you craft an illusion that takes root in the mind of a creature that you can see within range. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, you create a phantasmal object, creature, or other visible phenomenon of your choice that is no larger than a 10-foot cube, and that is perceivable only to the target for the duration. The spell has no effect on undead or constructs.
You said intelligence?
Yes.
16.
I'm gonna lucky that, and I'm gonna re-roll for you.
Perfect. It has a +1.
can I roll for you?
You're doing it to the spider, correct?
Yes.
Okay, +1.
Can I roll for you since I roll so bad? No, you did good.
No. Oh wait, that is good in this situation.
Yeah.
She rolled a 4, actually.
Okay.
Thank you
perfect.
for reminding me. I was
Yeah.
like, no. Okay, so it fails on her. Okay, so let me
Yep.
finish telling you what the spell does. Are you guys reading to the table on the stream so everyone knows what it does? So for her, I would like her to see a glowing celestial radiant being that is trying to attack her.
Okay.
So, while target is affected by the spell, the target treats the phantasm as if it were real. The target rationalizes any illogical outcomes from interacting with the phantasm. For example, a target attempting to walk across a phantasmal bridge that spans a chasm falls once it steps onto the bridge. If the target survives the fall, it still believes the bridge exists and comes up with some sort of explanation for its fall.
That's awesome.
It was pushed, it slipped, or a strong wind might have knocked it off. An affected target is so convinced of the phantasm's reality that it can even take damage from the illusion. A phantasm created to appear as a creature can attack the target, which is what I'm going for. Similarly, a phantasm created to appear as fire, a pool of acid, or lava can burn the target. Each round on your turn, the phantasm can deal 1d6 psychic damage to the target if it is in the phantasm's area or within 5 feet of the phantasm. Provided that the illusion is a creature or hazard that could logically deal damage, such as by attacking. So I'm basically trying to convince her she's being attacked by a celestial being, but it's psychic damage.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm going to try and hit her.
Yeah, and I put your little being up on the table there, so
Okay,
if you want to move, let me know.
Okay. Ha! 6 points of damage.
Hell yeah.
Psychic damage.
Hell yeah.
Psychic was neutral, right?
Maybe not for the spider.
You did it for the
it's
spider.
different. Yeah,
It's a
okay.
little different.
Never mind.
Is that end your turn?
And then, so with how my undead works, when I issue them a general command, they continue to follow it until I change it.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving it where Terrence / Fuckface is following Voltaire, and Hagatha and Goopy are still attacking. So I'll roll their attacks now.
Perfect.
On the lady.
Yeah. They are still demolishing this spider creature.
Oof. Does 14 hit on her?
Does not.
Okay, so Hagatha misses. 22 for
Hits.
Goopy? Okay. points of bludgeoning damage.
And you watch as they seem to have her held at least temporarily. And that'll end your turn. Next up is going to be the Divine Twins.
Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and do what I do best, and that's going to be Guiding Bolt.
Yeah. Own it.
17.
Who are you trying to hit? The big guy?
That.
Barely hits it.
Oh.
Cool. Awesome.
Oh, real quick, Chris.
Yeah.
So this says
Oh, wait, has anyone... What, did you use your advantage? Too late now.
No.
I did.
Yeah.
He
it got
used it. Yeah.
It got used.
so I dealt psychic damage with my phantasm, but the target perceives it as the damage appropriate to the illusion. So
Okay.
I said radiant with that.
Yeah, definitely.
15.
Wait, you could choose the type of damage you want?
So 19
It thinks it's
points
being hurt
of
by
radiant damage.
but
But then as soon as like that happens, immediately I'm going to use my bonus action for Emberly's crossbow, and it's going to end the spell, but as soon as it ends the spell, it breaks down and emits a radiant burst of light that I can choose creatures within 30 feet of it, and I choose the big behemoth guy and the spider, and they're going to take... Wait, hold on. No, they
Did you
need
say
to make...
Baphomet? 'Cause that's not Baphomet.
Well, in my mind,
Okay.
as Willow. Just kidding. No. I don't know what to call him. He's just a winged bat. They need to make Constitution saving throws.
He is Man-Bat.
You would not know what either of these are.
Man-Bat.
The spider got a false life dice logo.
Okay. And it's 16, by the way.
Love
Okay.
it. The Lich comes for all.
You said wisdom?
Constitution.
Oh. Oh, even better. Okay. The other one got a 17.
Okay, cool. 16.
Would've
So
gone
let me roll
with
this real quick. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the failed gets 20 points of radiant damage and is blinded for 1 minute. I mean, sorry. That's on a failed... Hold on. Okay, so on a successful... No, yeah, so sorry.
One of them failed. You can give me the failed.
The failed is that they take the 7, 8... How much did I say points of radiant? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19... No, hold on.
You told me 20.
Hold on. Yeah, so 20. Okay, 20 points of radiant damage, and it is blinded for 1 minute.
Yep.
So the spider's blinded and takes that damage.
Yeah, definitely.
And then on the successful, it takes 10 points of damage, and it isn't blinded.
Perfect.
The creature that is blinded can make a saving constitution at the end of its turn.
Perfect. And I will say that as you kind of do this, the spider is not the strongest looking creature to begin with. It's starting to begin to bleed and take some serious damage. The flying creature, which is just jacked, like absolutely ripped. It's hard to tell if this thing is taking too much damage when you guys hit it or not, outside of the radiant damage that it screams about. But it is beginning to look a little slower as it flaps, and it's kind of starting to breathe heavily, and it's looking like it's taking quite the ass beating.
Okay, cool. Can I not be in its line of sight, but still remain 55 feet
Impossible,
from it?
but yes.
Just move me out of the immediate eyes.
Where do you want to go? Your right or left?
My left. I meant my... Yeah, that's... No. Actually, no, that's fine. Keep going. Yep. My speed is 30, but I want to still rotate 55.
Okay. Yeah,
She moved to the left. Where'd she go?
Yeah. Wide open room. Oh!
Well, it's radiant, and then he got hit by a burst of radiant damage. So I'm like, thinking, he can't really see me.
You were going to make me roll a perception check as a bonus action to see if there were other people in the room. So I think maybe on its turn to follow her, it should probably do the same.
On its turn, it's not its turn yet, but it is going to take a legendary action in this moment to...
Take its turn? that how that works?
Nope. To cast a spell on
Amberly hasn't gone.
I know.
Oh.
Legendary
Just, like,
actions don't
randomly-
care.
Yeah, what?
I'm crazy.
Legendary actions mean I know when I want.
Oh, nice.
Voltaire, it's going to cast a spell on you. I need you to make another wisdom save for me.
Joke. Is your spell still active for me, by the way?
Yeah, well, it lasts for an hour.
Yo, and I'm sorry, this is actually going to be a Constitution save.
Oh,
Terribly sorry.
convenient.
Whoa,
Convenient.
I had a tree.
Oh.
Con save. So, 20. 20.
20?
20.
You barely save.
Fuck.
You watch as in this creature's arm, it has a sword that looks like it's almost like made of flesh as it comes out. You can see the blue energy kind of just going back and forth across this guy's chest. He flashes this blue energy at you out of his fleshy sword.
Fleshy sword. I like it.
What's that manga you're reading?
Bring it to the island, baby.
You're gonna take
Half of whatever the crap is that you're rolling.
Yeah. Oh, but that means I take it too. Go ahead.
Oh, I was resistant still then,
Well, it lasts for an hour and you're within 60 feet of me.
yeah. Are you gonna die
No, I'm good.
from my damage that you're taking?
You're
from
gonna
me?
take 22. That's that half. 22 points of damage.
Half again because I'm resistant to what the damage it is. Right?
Yeah.
Technically, yes.
Technically, you can gargle my nards. So that's 11 points of damage.
Cool. That's alright.
Yes.
There goes the 10. But we're still good.
No, I'm still good.
You'll take 11 points of damage. Amberly, what are you doing?
So
For a
I
legendary
am
action,
going
that's
to
okay.
cast motivational speech on all of us. Well, all four of us, not the
Motivational speech may take a minute.
Isn't that a
to-
Yeah, it takes a minute.
It
So
may-
that would
maybe
be
even
6
10.
rounds.
What?
No, it's
Casting time.
that one's just 1 minute.
Okay.
She's just standing there for 6 rounds.
That's
trying
something-
to
Yeah.
In the
I
midst
know.
of this
I
fight,
forgot about this shit.
I would
Spell
like
is
to
designed
tell
for you to
you-
do pre-fight.
Pre before
Pre-fight.
Magic
magic.
can be complicated. At this level,
It
I am
is
like,
complicated. I always forget.
I think
Like,
you should
what am
act
I
it out.
doing?
Let's go. On your turn, you tell a part of the speech. You have
she
6
says 5
Six
words.
turns.
Yeah, 6 sections.
Alright, so I have to.
In
go
the midst
like
of our
that.
battle, I would like to
So,
tell thee.
Yeah.
I'm
Next
going
turn.
to cast Dawn on. Let's see.
Is it like the dish soap? That stuff is legit.
It takes out a lot of like old grease stains.
I would say it's
out of a
radiant
shirt.
damage. It's
Dawn's
radiant.
really good.
Yeah, Dawn, radiant damage to stains.
Not sponsored by Dawn.
Not responsive.
That'd be cool.
Also, Don, if you're listening.
Not that you
So are
Hit
the
us up.
two
What are you doing, Debbie?
never mind.
What are you
They don't
doing?
hit people other than.
You got about 15 seconds.
Look, I don't know. You took away what I wanted to do.
Read those spells. Don't make me skip my wife for the first turn.
Ooh, bitch, don't.
Why would you cure wounds? Do you need heal?
I have 1 hit point of damage.
Oh.
I didn't get to touch.
No, it's visual.
Oh, is it? What's the
That's what it
range?
says.
Cure wounds is it's verbal to say it, but
Amberly, what are you doing?
the range is
Fuck.
touch.
Okay, fine. I'm just gonna hit with my crossbow, I guess.
Yep. Pick up your crossbow, you drop a arrow. Boom!
I don't like being a spellcaster.
And that's
Well,
going to be
that
at disadvantage
misses.
because you're in melee with him.
Okay, that misses.
So mean to your own wife.
I know, I feel bad. But she did it to herself. There were warnings.
I'm going to cast for my bonus action Shield of Faith on
Yeah.
Voltaire.
Ooh.
You get 2 points to your AC.
So on top, so you have 3 points added to your AC total now.
Sweet.
That ends your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next up is going to be the spider lady, who's going to continue. Well, you have your creature there. It is absolutely mortified at this thing coming at it from the one
So it looks
direction.
scared.
The way that it is going to try to leave is going to basically be by attacking your two undead creatures and like bolting towards.
Trying to get away from them.
Yeah, bolting towards the guy flying up in the air. So in that vein, it is going to take its first swing, which is a 22 at Hagatha.
It hits.
Is there disadvantage on attack rolls when they're afraid?
Well, she's technically.
Is it technically frightened?
If
I don't
we're-
know if it's frightened.
I mean, that's up to you if you think she'd be frightened of a radiant.
You would. She can't be frightened.
Yeah.
She's
yeah,
uncomfortable.
We're doing some flair here.
Gotcha.
The first one's going to hit. That's going to be. Wow, I roll so bad on Hagatha attacks.
Hagatha!
Just
Right.
quit.
That is going to be 5 points of slashing damage because
Okay.
you rolled 2 ones.
She-
And then she's going to turn and take her sword and begin hacking at the other one,
Gloopy.
Gloopy, with an 18. I think that hits. Gloopy took it a little worse and is going to take 14 points of slashing damage as the sword comes across Gloopy. The creature is then going to begin pushing its way through. Oh no, everything is awesome.
Can she push her way through them?
She will make contested strength throws with them.
So does that mean?
So I need you to roll a strength roll for both of them.
Is she coming within 10 feet of me?
No.
Okay.
So just a straight strength, or what do you want me?
Yes. Straight strength checks.
Yes. Those little...
6 for one, 18 for the other.
I got a 6 as well. So between the two of them, as this spider tries to get away, they manage to make a pretty damn good wall as they are fighting with her. That's going to end her turn. Next up's going to be the flying creature who is, wow, just had his spell pulled up. Let me grab it.
No.
Okay. The next person who attacks him does get advantage.
Oh, again?
Yeah, because every single time I hit him with gliding bolt, it gives advantage against him.
Dope. Making it easy on me.
Yep.
And I got radiant damage on deck. As long as he doesn't one-hit KO me right here. Chris gonna pop out with a legendary action.
I'm waiting for. He hasn't burned any yet.
One-hit KO.
He did one
did
legendary
one.
already.
One.
Yeah,
Okay.
one. And it went
I mean,
nowhere.
because you're first, and at least I'm right after. So any type of, because I don't go to 0. As soon as it goes to 0, then the spell ends.
Oh.
You'll
at least I'll
watch
still
as
be alive.
you're not quite sure what's happening, but it casts a spell in these 2 blades pop up into its hands. They are dark they basically look like shadows of blades. You're not even sure they're real, and you can almost see through them as the shadow kind of fades off of them. He's going to bring both of them up and just strike Emberly as hard as you can with both of them. Wow, 2 19s naturally. That's going to be 25 each. We're going to say that hits. Let me add this up real quick. And Emberly, as you look up at this creature, you watch these 2 swords come flying at you. It's a little too quick for you to be able to have a reaction to move. The first one is going to take 26 points of damage on you. The second one was a much worse roll. It's going to take 13 points of damage on you.
39? Okay, cool. Thank you. I was just doing the math.
I saw you.
I was like,
Those other gears turning.
yeah.
I can heal myself. You work on
How are you
healing.
doing that stuff?
Oh, I'm sorry. And
It was an attack spell, and it took half damage.
the first one will take.
So.
You're gonna get 5 psychic damage for the first one, and you'll get 4 psychic damage for the second one
Near me?
as well.
You need to remind him. That's your character. You're playing.
And as you look up at him, he is looking rough. He's irate. You guys have him surrounded.
I got you surrounded.
There were moments where it almost seemed like he wanted, like,
to go home.
he had things to, like, do or like, I don't know. You guys are fucking him, though. And that's going to end his turn. Next up's going to be Voltaire.
Okay, am I in range with him still?
It's an absolute fucking. You are not, but you can be pretty quickly.
Can I move into flank behind him
Yeah.
with Amberly?
I know, right? That worked out.
You are one space away from I will let you get there, and that'll be a true flank.
Terrence would follow him.
Yeah, the
And-
20 feet, though, right?
Yes, and he's still following his command to protect Voltaire at all costs.
Terrence can get pretty close, actually. Terrence is still about 5 feet away, because he was already on that side of Voltaire, luckily.
Okay, so I'm going to attack at advantage. Both of those were really bad. So what I'm going to do is going to use my Sacred Oath, and I'm going to channel Divinity, and that adds a +10 bonus. So it is 26 to hit. Which hits, yeah.
26 does hit, yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to. I have the bonus action I took the previous turn after I broke that spell was the Blinding Smite, so I still have that active. So I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll my slashing damage first. And that's going to be 12 points of slashing damage. And I'm now gonna roll my lightning damage, which is 4 halved, so 2. You following me?
Yeah, I'm following you.
Okay. And then I'm now rolling my 3d8 of radiant damage, which is 13 points of radiant damage.
Which gets to 26, because it's impactful. Yeah, and as you manage to get up and hit him with this radiant damage, that's what really is starting to show on him. As you kind of slice one of his wings with your weapon, you watch the radiant damage almost eats away at his wings, very similar to how you watched your wings get eaten away not too terribly long ago. Nell, and your turn.
I still have
Okay,
another attack.
yeah, that was a question. That was a
Another
question.
attack. So I'm going to take a bonus action, and I'm going to cast Thunderous Smite. And that is, let's see if I hit 19, but I'm at advantage, so we'll go for the 20. Okay, so 29.
29 hits.
Okay, and then that is going to be 2d6 plus d8. We'll roll the slashing damage first again. Fuck, that is 6 points of slashing damage. Roll the lightning damage next. That is 8 points of lightning damage halved, so 4. And then the thunder damage is 9 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
And then also he now has to make a strength saving throw of 16, or be pushed 10 feet away from me and knocked prone.
He is pushed 10 feet away from you.
And knocked prone.
He is yoked. Ooh, didn't know he was that
Jack.
hot.
Look how sexy that is. But yeah, you watch as he kind of falls, and his wings are like hitting the wall behind him. And as he kind of falls, this is when you get the view of how big this thing actually is that you're fighting. Voltaire, his body is probably 2 of yours, and his wings are probably like 4 times the size of yours. Everything on him is just huge. But yes, that ends your turn.
Yes. How's he looking?
Rough. Nazalip, what are you up to?
To start, since the spider lady was not able to run away from my phantasmal force, she's gonna get 1d6 damage from it.
Perfect.
Ha! 6 points.
Nice!
Got that dimple face.
Perfect. And the spider lady is beginning to look pretty rough.
Okay.
It's in a slow, brutal
I
torture,
have her
but she's looking
corner.
yeah. Your little undead creatures have done a good job wrangling her in. What else are you doing?
And then I'm going to try and cast Firebolt on her. Oof. 11 to hit.
Jeez.
That misses.
Okay. So that's it for Nazlith, but Gloopy and Hagatha are going to try and attack her again. 19 to hit for Hagatha. Okay.
That hits.
And then
Yeah, I think 17.
That barely hits for her, by the way.
25 for Gloopy. You said 19 barely hits?
Yeah. That hits as well, obviously.
Okay, I'll roll the damage on that. 6 points for both of them combined.
Perfect. And you watch as the spider is beginning to like your undead creatures are like ripping off the limbs at this point, where the spider is like beginning to lose pieces of its legs, and it's bleeding in its torso. Its face is a little beat up. You're beginning to do a pretty good job on it.
Okay.
As it begins to let out some screams after, these 30 seconds of battling. That'll end your turn. Next up's going to be the Divine Twins.
Excellent. Again, I'm going to point at the heavens and say winds take strike and do guiding bolt on the prone dude. Yep, I need to take one out. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24 points of radiant damage. And they have advantage on the next one.
Do you have to roll a hit on that?
I have to roll a save, I think. Or do you roll a hit? Oh, you're just trying to damage me up. Right?
That's a nat 20.
So does she roll twice?
So that's 28.
Yeah, you would roll your damage dice twice.
So how much was that first one?
24.
24.
Yes.
5,
Should just let her have it.
10, 15, 20, 25,
Zoe is on fire tonight.
25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31,
Plus the 24.
plus 24.
And is that radiant damage?
55.
Yeah.
55 points of radiant
It's
damage.
radiant damage, so that's double.
Oh my god.
So you
110.
did 110 damage to this creature. Please tell me, Zoe, how you are killing the strongest creature I've made so far. You guys just butt fucked it.
My God.
How are you killing this creature who's on the ground, on its back?
Yes.
As you walk up, Emberly's right there, right by its feet as it lays there. You have a very good view of this creature on the floor.
Is
What are you
it
doing?
a canyon still?
You guys are in. No, you guys.
Is
If
there
you
a
remember,
ceiling?
you recall. Yeah, you
Okay.
went inside of this.
All
The walls of this place are like beautifully structured. The ceiling is the only thing that is still
Cool.
cave at this point.
I'm going to go ahead and you're just going to see the winds start swirling around him. He's going to be in the eye of this tornado. And all of a sudden, this beam of light is going to shoot from the middle of it straight down. He's going to look up to it. It's going to shoot right towards him and just burn him.
Yeah, and you guys, as he is letting out these terrible just like screams, and you are watching just particles of shadow kind of fade off of him, and he hits the ground. By the time that your tornado is done, there is literally nothing left. You watch as a
My first
shadow.
First
Well, actually, unless
That
you
one
have
guy's
dark
gone?
vision, at this point, as
No.
soon as he is deceased, all the light in this cave disappears. You guys are in blackness.
Oh,
You
shit.
would
We know
know
if the
that the
spider's gone?
spell at the door disappeared.
Okay, cool.
For story's sake, we are going to say that the next round you probably would have killed the spider creature.
Don't give me my kill.
So we are going to say that Hagatha and Gloopy,
Beat it to death with
as
their
you
own
guys, yes, as this situation's happening, they're in the background, just like ripping this thing apart as it's like screaming in traditional zombie fashion, just ganging up on this thing, and you watch as the spider crumbles to the ground.
This is beautiful. Beautiful night.
It is suddenly very silent. It's pitch black now. You have no light. And as this, who has dark vision here for me?
Just me?
Yeah.
As this creature falls, you notice that the spell that was holding the entrance dark dissipates. It's gone.
Oh, I have dark vision.
You would also see this Emberly as where this body was, a shadow seems to kind of.
Does it look like a shadow or a soul?
It hits the.
She's like, oh.
Roll a perception check for me, Nazlith.
Nat 20, man. Holy shit.
I was
What a way to
useless
end
this
it.
game,
What a
guys.
roll.
Yeah,
I didn't even roll. I was like, nah, I
Damage?
got
I
it.
know, you were like so. I'm like, wait a second.
Not nat, but a 20.
Yeah, you're just like,
Yeah.
That was good.
Damage.
That was good.
You would imagine that it's a soul.
Can I try and use soul cage on it?
You can.
Dun dun dun. Okay, it happens.
I do that.
I need you with your proficiency and Arcana to roll a 20 for me, an Arcana check. Add your proficiency.
Wait, say that again.
So roll a d20 for me. Add your proficiency bonus and add your Arcana.
Oh, okay.
oh,
Nat 20 plus my 7 for my Arcana and plus 5 for my proficiency.
Fuck everything you want to do.
As
Tell
this
us everything.
creature,
It's so beautiful.
as you see this, nobody else sees it in this darkness. Not even Emberly at the moment. Emberly's kind of focused on like the situation right now.
like, wow, I did nothing.
You
Wow,
managed
like,
to
what
see
the
this
fuck?
little tiny shadow in darkness. You have this split-second thought of like, gotta do something. Did you use your scroll?
No, I use my soul cage.
Okay.
So just to hold on to it
Yeah.
for temporary.
You unleash your soul cage, and you manage to capture this thing. And you now have the soul of a. Actually, it's on my phone.
Are we out of combat?
We are out of
Damn it.
combat.
Damn it.
Then I'm gonna do cure wounds on myself.
You have a shadow demon assassin. Soul.
Woo!
That's fucking dope.
I only
Let me
have
add
it.
that to my.
Bestiary.
I
Yeah.
only have it for 8 hours. Though.
Say it again?
I only have it for 8 hours. It's a shadow demon assassin.
So, fuck your encounters.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
I'm gonna. Can I add that
Sometimes,
to my resume?
It feels good to actually win an encounter
sometimes they
instead
go
of
your
having
way.
you run.
Sometimes they go my way.
I really don't like this spider thing. Could someone
So
else
I'm
just
going
kinda-
to.
Someone hide that?
I typically
somewhere?
keep the little silver cage like on my belt, kind of like hidden under my coat.
I don't like it.
But I'm gonna reach in and grab it out and kind of look at it. And it's gonna be this tiny little cage. And I'm just gonna kind of be looking at the soul.
Roll a perception check for me.
Nat 1.
It's hard to tell. Spending all that energy just to, like capture this
You
thing.
randomly go blind.
It did roll against you, and you did very well. And you managed to capture it. Looking at it at this moment, it's just a little too dark in here. You kind of just see this like shadow kind of just stuck. It's almost like a liquid-looking shadow inside this box. It just appears to be going wall to wall, trying to get out and figure its way.
While this is going on, I'm going to pull out a long wooden piece from my pack, and then I'm going to fumble around and find the tinder box, and I'm going to
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm going to light a torch.
Do you have a torch?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay, perfect.
It had to be a humanoid. I'll let you decide if you want to retcon that or not. I'm
So
sorry.
that's soul?
I'm still learning all my spells.
No. You, so with that roll, your nat 20, I'm going to let you do this. Based on your background alone and your dealings with the undead realm.
Okay.
I'm also gonna take my torch that I have and touch it to your torch.
Touch and tips.
Yep, and you guys now have lit torches. You guys are standing in this room. There's the way you guys came in, which you can now see out of. You can't see your cart, it's invisible. And then on the opposite side of the room is the large hallway that goes down.
Is there a
I wanna
body
go down
left
the
over?
hallway.
Can you check
Where that
the
creature
bird
was?
Yeah.
and
There's
see
not.
which direction is it going?
No body.
What bird?
You have four.
The bird
Oh,
four.
yeah. I'm like, I don't have paper bird anymore.
No. Four. Which way is four
Yeah.
pointing?
Four, as you guys grab four, and you kind of take a look, four is aimed down that hallway.
Okay.
That's all you get.
Alright, let's go.
Yep, we're gonna head down.
You go down the hallway, there are 4 doors, 2 on the right, 2 on the left, and then if you were to continue going, there would be another set of doors down at the end of the hallway.
Which
Let's
way
say
is four going? Yeah.
Do you...
As you guys are walking down the hallway with 4, you can tell that it's pointed to your left side.
Hold on. Before we proceed, I managed to capture the soul of the large creature.
You did what now? Hold what?
Why do you want to do that?
That thing is icky gross. You should probably like throw it away.
We can question it.
Okay, can we ask where Budownik is?
Is there limitations to what you can ask?
It has to be truthful, but it might try and be vague with me.
Well, we might as well ask it now since we're trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Well, we have 4, which is showing us, presumably, where Budownik is going.
But maybe
so
we should ask if it has some sort of master that we should be concerned
I
of.
was thinking more of that direction as well.
Right, because we don't want to bust in and be
Enemies
like,
might
Budownik, we're here to
encounter.
save you. Holy crap, that's a giant demon. And we want to be at least a little bit prepared.
Sure, maybe you can ask while we follow 4.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't want us to stand too long and then something go, hey, how's it going?
We should find Budownik as soon as possible.
I'm just going to connect with the soul and I'm going to ask it, what enemies can we expect to encounter
Who does
And we're
number...
still moving
in
with 4, by the way.
this as we head towards our friend that you guys
It-
have captured?
As you ask this question, the walk down the hall is only a couple hundred feet. No, that was in a different city.
Different accents,
Yeah.
different
Right.
verbiage.
Yeah.
No, this whole season we need to say 100.
What was your question exactly?
I asked it, I said,
Who does number
Oh,
2
yes.
work
what
for?
enemies can we
Um,
expect?
You get a stronger than almost any soul that you have attempted to communicate with. This one almost seems like it's, although yes, it is a soul, it is like a living creature in this cage. It gives you an answer of, in your mind of, our leaders went to go get Baphomet for you. Don't worry.
Okay. I just kind of go stark white and I look at you guys and I say,
What's up?
What did it say?
Willow
Yeah.
and Emberly.
Budownik or Bultash here too.
I know that, Bolter, but
Hi.
they're going to be a little bit
I
more
did it too.
aware of this.
I'm embarrassed.
Do you remember when we were in the library and we learned some information there?
With the candlestick, yes,
I read a
remember.
lot of books, yes. Yours was
I
fine.
believe you found some information on
Baphomet.
another lord.
I found information.
Baphomet.
I'm sorry. I feel like
What
you
is
said
this?
some.
name?
You said a name. Go ahead, say it again.
Baphomet.
Baphomet, the lord who enslaves with fear.
We can expect to potentially encounter him.
Cool. Great.
Is he here now?
Great. I'm sorry. Is Baphomet working with the Lady of Decay and Rot?
Lorad?
No, I'm not
Ba-
saying it.
It's Lorad.
It is low rat.
Well,
It's low
based on the information you had collected from the library, I would almost venture to guess that they are probably competing. But that's just my hunch.
Could you ask if any of the lords are working together?
As you're having this conversation, I will say 2 things. One,
Okay.
you've come up to a set of doors on your left.
Oh, okay.
There's 2 of them. 4 is pointing right at both of them. It's hard to tell which one he's pointing at. And as you guys are kind of having this conversation, approaching this intersection, you will notice that the soul continues to speak to you. It doesn't need magic to talk to you. It's a living being that you have trapped in that cage.
So did I even use one of my query soul options then?
You would have used it,
Okay.
not
That just kind of
knowing.
opened up the floodgates.
Right. It was almost like you didn't know, or if you just started talking, it would have
Okay.
talked to you
Okay.
right off the bat.
I'm going to cast Clairvoyance and go through the first door on the left.
And
Roll
I'm
a
just going.
perception check for me. And as you guys are having this, roll a perception check. As you guys are having this conversation, the soul in this box would have reached back out to you at one point, and as you guys are kind of walking the hall, almost in a mocking way, would have told you something along the lines of, "I dare you to open the doors. You'll see creatures you have never wanted to see."
I'm going to say very loudly.
You can't hear it.
No, I know. But I'm just going to do this. I'm going to say very loudly. Man, I heard Budanik is really bad at making armor.
You do not hear a...
He must be really hurt.
I
I'm
tried.
very concerned. We need to save
What'd you
him.
roll?
17.
17. As you go through the left door or right door?
Left.
As you go through the left door, you see with a 17, oh boy. As you go through the left door, you see what looks like almost a torture chamber. There are multiple humanoids in here, all of which look dead. There are different tables and devices, and of the 6 people in here, there is one of them that is wearing a set of bracers that looks
Like a rainbow fish.
very familiar to you.
Wait. Oh, not Daddy. Wait, hold on.
The-
Go ahead.
I will say that they are currently all face down and clothed. So outside of pretty much the back of their arms and the back of their legs, you don't get much. But
I swear to God.
I'm going to switch to hearing. Do I hear anything? No breathing or...
you don't. It is almost eerily quiet as your heart kind of sinks.
There's no other doors in this room?
That's it.
I telepathically tell Willow, I don't want to scare you, but I kind of think Dad is in here and he might be dead. I see bracers
What would
that
Willow
look
do?
very familiar.
What would Willow do?
Is this like
I'm gonna-
verbal?
No.
No. Okay.
We should go in there.
Okay, let me go
Uh,
to the other door first.
Wait, hold on. Just one.
Okay. We're telepathic.
Ah.
So I leave and then I
I'm-
take
As
my-
you go back into the other room, what are you doing?
I was going to cast a Divine Sense, and then as an action, you can detect good and evil. Till the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the hollow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
You don't really get no hollow spell going on here. There's no, it seems like within the 60 feet, you don't catch any kind of life like that. You don't really catch much. And as you enter with your spell through that second door, you see 4 people on the floor. This room is much smaller than the previous room. It almost looks like a purposeful holding room. Each one of the people on the floor are going to be wrapped in a very heavy looking black chain with a lock on it. One of those people is Budownik. As you kind of look through this room and kind of look around, the walls of this room are empty. There's nothing in here. However, you will notice that as you kind of look towards the entrance, the walls that look towards the entrance where you guys came from are transparent. You can, as you're in this room, you can see the room to your left. You can even see through that into the big chamber where you guys are just fighting. but you would know that you can't see through the other side. That didn't happen when you were in the other room. So it's almost like a one-way mirror, but with these walls.
Do you see anything?
I
I cannot sense any kind of creatures.
I would like to push the creature that I caught further, and ask it what. I would like to ask it what weaknesses that the creatures through the door have. I don't know if it will answer me truthfully since it's not operating the same way.
Yeah, and as you kind of talk about weaknesses to this soul in this box, it responds to you in a way. If you want to test your weaknesses, feel free to open the door behind you. And as it says that, you begin hearing scratching and clawing at the two sets of doors that are behind you guys.
Fuck those doors.
And it almost sounds like, from the outside, like a rabid dog is scratching at the door, trying to get out.
No, we're good. Thank you.
I just turned.
You
the-
all begin to hear this as the door begins shaking behind
We
you
need
guys.
to hurry. Do you see
I
anything in
think-
these rooms?
I think Budownik is in the room to the right, but I need to go into the room to the left to see. I might know someone in there.
I bust into the door to the right immediately. As
Yeah.
soon as she says Budownik's in that room, I'm going in.
Yeah, you. The door is locked.
I'm kicking the
With
fuck
your
out of it.
with the current situation, I would imagine Voltaire would be a little like
I'm getting
very
Budownik.
quickly need to
Get
get
the hell
fuck
out
in
of
there.
here.
Go.
Yes.
Roll a strength check for me. At
Are there any
advantage.
I'm gonna
stones
try
around here?
the left door.
Small or medium size?
This is a very clean area.
Of course it
The
would.
left door is unlocked. As you open up the left door, it clicks open, and you would see the 6 individuals.
Do I notice
Real
the break?
quickly, I say we should not separate.
You easily
We cannot handle this.
push that door open. You guys watch as Voltaire enters the one room. As you guys kind of open the other door and look into the other room, you
I don't really listen to her, and I go.
We're- yeah, we're gonna
you,
have
you
to
both,
just
as you
knowing
open the
what's
door,
possibly
see
in there, I'm so
a hooded
intrigued.
figure bent over on a table, tied up. The bracers are on and covered in a blood.
I'm gonna yell after them. You're falling for a trap.
And we're gonna end there. We will pick up next time as you guys are.
I did
entering
not
your
enter any of
two-
those
That's
doors.
right.
That's why
You're
I-
still in the
I'm not-
hallway. You're still in the hallway. Voltaire is in the room with Budownik.
I didn't even think about it being a fucking trap.
And you two are
You said
entering
dad.
the
Yeah.
other room.
I'm being
Your characters
blinded, and I'm like, I need to go
You're
in.
playing it right.
Yeah.
I'm like, what would Willow do if she heard Papa?
You guys are doing good. We're at an intense part.
That was a good sesh. Good sesh.
Good sesh, man. Yeah,
good
good
sesh.
shit.
Sorry, Mike, you missed it, but we had a good time.
Fuck you, Mike.
Although we set up this session because you were gone, so cool. However, you should do me a favor and go to the map cam real quick so I can at least show off the Dungeon Forge's miniature as we
I think
end
it's
our
sick.
session. 'Cause it's like super sick. It is super sick. Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that. Yeah, beam your little light. I'll kind of like style it up a little bit. Look,
That's dope.
it's super dope.
Yes.
And he's
Look at
also
him.
like he was also kind of a pussy.
Yeah, I mean, he died super quick. I actually homebrewed his character and everything. I'm like, what the hell? So, thank you, the Dungeon Forge, for making that mini for us. That was awesome. We'll send you some pics and stuff on Instagram. If you were participating in our giveaway, cool. Hopefully you said something in the chat. If not, do it now. We will discuss our giveaway over the next couple days and pick a winner. We'll figure that out in the interim. Thanks for watching. Episode 7 was kind of intense for me, so hopefully it was good for you guys.
We actually won a fight.
Yeah,
Like it didn't
yeah,
end in
not
running
only did
away. We won.
Not only did
Yeah.
you win a
Yeah.
fight, kicked.
Yeah.
I feel
stupid
triumphant.
ass.
Well,
You
her
didn't even
finding-
give it a chance to run away. It's like
the second she found out the radiant damage, I'm
Oh,
like,
my
I've got
God.
radiant damage.
yeah, the rating
Radiant.
damage really
Yeah.
All
good.
I had is fire, and it does literally nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. I have fire and necromancy, and that doesn't do
Yeah,
anything.
two of you were not very prepared for the other two were very well prepared, so that's
So,
okay.
We teamed up good.
That's okay.
Knuckles.
Yeah, we're gonna end our session there. Thank you for watching, and have a lovely night.
Fuck yeah.
Bye.